And we're live,
Whoa, that's like the name of a bad movie.
Maybe, I don't know. We're live, yippee. Hello everyone, welcome. It's me, twitch.tv/exzelda from youtube.com/adexzelda. I'm your host today. Amanda, introduce yourself, or else. She died. George, introduce yourself, or else.
Hi, I'm George. Sorry, wait, no, there's no waiting for the death. It comes for the...
Alright,
That's great, man.
Amanda,
Hi, I'm
you're next.
Shigus.
Yeah, there you go.
Whoa, she's alive again.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the
Thank
land of the
you.
living.
Welcome back to
I told
Five
my mom
Nights
we
at
were
Freddy's.
streaming, and then she came to talk to me.
Awesome. Who's next? Jolene, you're next.
Oh, I'm Jolene from... Yeah.
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 Alright, Mr. Manning.
None of us have said what characters we're playing.
You know him. You love him. Mr. Manning
Yippee.
returned from the brink and ready to do a silly voice.
Yippee. Okay, Typha, you're next.
Hi, I'm Typha, and there will absolutely be no shenanigans going on this stream. It is just
No
straight fan dubbing.
No, gay fan dubbing in here, actually.
Bisexual
yeah, you're right.
fanfic.
Yeah,
Shenanigans
honestly,
only.
I feel like the balance is a little shifted.
Only shenanigans.
Alright. Typha, you want to hit us with the recap?
I would love to hit you with the recap. Metal Pipe SFX.
Ouch.
All right. Last time on Of the Devil, Morgan knowingly buys a funny gun full of spyware that locks itself when the police are nearby, not to kill people with. Also learns that beautiful estrogenized boy wife Dr. David Asher, Morgan's friend and inventor of the Turing solution, is dead while is dead while buying said gun. Jess calls Morgan to David's apartment to carry out his final order to her and hands over Sarah, who is Sogin and is now Morgan's paralegal/daughter. The police believe David poisoned himself, which is a crime in 2086, and I believe also technically a crime now, but it's not really one you're ever going to get prosecuted for. Sarah adamantly disagrees and makes a deal that Morgan does not have to take care of her as long as she takes the case. Morgan enlists the help of Fran to find a musician that David was close with, and we left off as Morgan and Reyes were about to investigate the scene of the incident.
Yippee.
He did it.
That was a fantastic recap. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
great.
thank you, Jolene, for writing that for us.
Hmm.
Alright.
What was the phrase? Estrogenized girl wife?
I think it was
No,
Borderline.
estrogenized boy wife.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. That was a good one.
Alright.
Because it was the he him MILF, right?
Yeah.
That was legit.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Everyone ready? Are we gaming?
Yeah.
I did say I was ready, Fazbear.
Alright, we're ready,
Yeah.
Fazbear. 5 Nights at Freddy's.
I'm thinking about that fucking
The gift of the bear.
no video I posted.
No one play housing building, play Tia. Penthouse dining room. Pretty quiet elevators, huh? Dining room.
What you doing? Trying to connect you. Oh, you saw that I was not connected?
Could have taken the next one.
It's a busy building, detective. Can't hold up everyone else on our account. Anything you'd like to grumble at me before I start?
Don't touch anything. I don't care that you're wearing gloves.
I have been to crime scenes before, you know. Long before the
Ah,
police get
funny.
there, in many cases.
Look, Rockford asked me not to get in your way. But that doesn't mean I'm going to bend over for you.
Do you at least have the autopsy report?
No,
Are you seriously...
don't.
She doesn't. The report should have come in hours ago. Wouldn't take this long unless the cause of death was still... Then I'd settle for a summary of the preliminary findings.
Alright. An emergency call was made shortly after 8 p.m. last night via the home's security system. Emergency medical services had a VTOL in the air within the minute. They landed in the penthouse's helipad at 8:08. Dr. Asher was found unconscious with low blood pressure and a weak heartbeat. He wasn't breathing. In-flight auto triage administered artificial CPR while in transit to Gatesfield Memorial. He was declared dead a few minutes after being taken to the emergency wing.
I see. And the cause of death is...
Being investigated.
Make an educated guess.
He stopped breathing, so they gave him oxygen. His heart stopped pumping, so they had the machines take over. His brain activity dropped to 0, and there wasn't anything else they could do.
It was poison, wasn't it? What kind? You don't know, do you? Ah, they don't know either.
Like I said, ma'am, we don't have the autopsy report yet.
Why are you certain it was poison, Adonai? Couldn't it have been an accidental overdose?
If he had overdosed on a commercial drug, even a pre-med student would have spotted it on the hospital's intake screening. They would have been able to pump his stomach, neutralize his bloodstream, and he would have lived.
But he didn't live.
So it must have been something deadly, a compound designed solely to kill. A fast-acting, deadly poison that causes respiratory failure. The list can't be that long. Even just through process of elimination, the medical examiner should have identified it by now, unless... You suspect a designer drug, don't you, detective?
Why is it you're only quick on the uptake when it suits you? Nothing else makes sense given what we know, and what we don't.
But the CDCA decriminalized and cataloged all recreational drugs.
Guess you aren't entirely clueless about politics.
So whatever father overdosed on should have been in the hospital's database.
You need to update your definitions. You're confusing designer drugs with recreational drugs.
What is the difference?
Recreational drugs are decriminalized and sold through pharmacies after years of testing and mountains of paperwork. While the average designer drug was invented last week in a 19-year-old line cook's bathroom on the other side of the globe. Hospitals can't know
handbags are
proper...
made too.
Yeah, give or take. Hospitals can't know the proper countermeasures for an overdose of a drug that didn't even exist 48 hours ago. I came across makeshift labs all the time when I was a uniform. The equipment's cheap and widely available. Black market cooks, gray market peddlers, and white-collar lobbyists, all chasing each other's tail in a long line to find the next big hit. CDCA didn't change shit. More people die from ODs than ever before. Only difference is it's their families finding them in the living room, and not beat cops finding them on street corners. Real comforting, I'm sure.
If it wasn't you talking... If it wasn't you talking, I'd say that was a criticism of law enforcement.
Not law enforcement, just a law.
Grace made Sarah sad. Punishable by death.
Damn. Oh wait, I almost forgot. We need to change our charm for this episode.
Oh yeah.
What are we putting on? Hi, Emma. Is it a friend kind of day?
Yeah.
I like the
People
picture
like
of you
the friend.
blue.
Digitubby Blue.
That's Chikawa, I think.
You put it on in front of Ray's and it's just torture.
This is kind of an autism creature.
That's like
Yeah,
that's like the
it's
rarest one, and she doesn't
literally-
even. That's the rarest one, and she can't say anything.
Jiggling it in her face.
Ray's trying so
Jingling
hard to
keys.
ignore it.
Assuming it was a designer drug, that would certainly make things more complicated.
For the insurance guys, maybe. For us, whatever he used to do it, he still killed himself. Or didn't kill himself, you insist.
I'm gonna take a look around now.
Yeah, sure. Make yourself at home.
What's that face for?
I thought that there would be an outline
An outline.
around where they found Father,
Like in the movies?
like in film.
Connect to the police's network and bring up their ARCS file.
Augmented reality crime scene. I see.
Me when I see.
That's why I've got a special eye. What do you see with your
Hey,
special
look, the
eye?
chalk outline.
Whoa,
There is an outline.
like in film.
And so this is where he...
He died at the hospital. This is just where the medics found him.
And it's the sensors and cameras they were wearing that create the basis for this ARCS.
They didn't realize they were walking into a crime scene, but their body cams gathered data all the same.
Where do we start?
That's creepy.
You can start by following behind me and trying to be as quiet as possible. Starting to get a feel for when she's pouting even without looking. One chair knocked over, probably where David was sitting, and one chair pulled out, party of two. Never cared much for socializing, but he enjoyed hosting. Contradictory guy.
I get that.
Man, he's got a thick outline.
Damn, he thick as hell. It says here that when the medics arrived,
He's
he was on the
estrogenized,
floor,
like,
face
come on.
up. He must have gotten ghost tricks.
That's a face down kind of pose, though.
Oh, face
That does
up.
not
Yeah,
look-
he didn't get ghost tricks.
That does not look like the kind of pose of somebody who's face up.
It could go either way.
Yeah,
Arms out like that.
Yeah, like the
Oh.
arms
you could.
pointed
It'd be a
up
bit
seems
awkward.
like easier when you're face down.
I don't think he posed like that on purpose.
That's a good point.
That tell you something.
Hmm.
Aw.
Hey, if you were going to drink a glass of poison, would you be sitting or standing when you did it?
I find it very difficult to speculate on that hypothetical scenario.
The seat by his body is pulled out. If he was seated when he lost consciousness, I would expect to find him slumped over on the table.
But he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. And if he had been standing when he lost consciousness, I would think he would have fallen forward or at least collapsed less neatly.
So what can you conclude from that, Adonai?
Must have been the wind. Only that I'm missing something. Police androids monitoring the scene. You can almost mistake them for the real thing, the way they stand there trying to look important. Like an indoor dog taking its first trip to the park.
Pardon?
Oh,
Why are you looking at it like you've never seen an android before?
Because I haven't. Bitch.
Damn.
In person.
Okay. David didn't even let you have a mirror? Brutal. Just scan its GIN if you're that curious. Unless that's considered too forward or whatever.
Pretty sure Jin's for drinking, not scanning, but to each their own.
Let her
do
do as
both.
she pleases. Better take a closer
Fair
look.
enough.
Is that the gin that's being scanned?
Spilled alcohol. Let's scan it. The arcs show how it looked last night before it evaporated. No foreign substances in the puddle. It's clean. So does that mean whatever the spill came from must be clean as well? Password locked, but already cracked by the police, it seems.
All the docks were take-home safe. Nothing spicy.
Damn. When was it last used?
Damn, he ain't a freak. He's just thick like that.
Or there's a separate dock somewhere.
Oh,
He might be a
freak
next
dog.
level freak.
secret freak.
There's the freak dock. We need it. We need the freak dock. It was last used at 7:48 p.m.
Still reading work emails only
He's
a
got
few
the-
minutes before he committed suicide? Morbid.
Or he's just got that
do that
Opera
video.
GX thing where it clears the freak stuff from the dock.
No. There's a lot of messages marked priority that breadcrumb their way back to an article. Warm android blood saves soldier's life. We saw this headline before. I'm not reading this whole thing. But a soldier was bleeding out and a warm android pumped its fake blood into it and saved its life.
Oh shit! Why not
Oh.
mass produce just the warm blood, and then keep that on hand for anybody needing blood transfusions?
This is the article that I've seen going
Probably
around.
reasons.
But why
Blood
would
can't
Noble
exactly
have it
walk
marked as
around on its
priority?
own.
Starling said
Not to
they
mention
weren't in
it's
any
not
rush to
very
pat each other on the
profitable.
back over it.
Glances over at Sarah. Can't exactly walk around.
Even though they'd won themselves a real prize. I believe... Yeah. Now they have the excuse they need to pressure the military into a contract for warm androids. Can't dismiss the expensive upgrade as unnecessary now that it's saved a soldier's life. This time next year, there'll be pink oxidizing fluid being spilt all over the globe. You think it tastes like strawberry?
Hell yeah.
2 cups, one empty, knocked over, and one mostly empty. These look cheap. Did his guest bring them?
I've seen them before in the basement liquor cabinet.
He kept these lying around? I knew he regifted those crystal glasses I got him.
Arx says there's nothing foreign in the upright one, so it can't have been poisoned. Results are inconclusive on the other cup, however.
Looks bone dry. Must have been nothing but fumes left by the time this was considered a crime scene. Just not enough for them to test.
Inconclusive could mean
Inconclusive means inconclusive. That's all. Cheer up and read me the results of the fingerprinting.
Father's prints are on both cups as expected. But there are someone else's on the upright cup. So someone else must have been with him last night.
Slow down. All that proves is that someone else touched the cup. Doesn't tell us when they did it. And since we don't know who the prints belong to...
Adonai, why don't we know who the prints belong to?
Are the prints flagged as unidentified, or...
No, there's space for a name, but the field is black.
Shit. Am I already that late to the action? Detective Reyes,
Yeah.
there's a second set of prints on the cups. Is there a form you'd like me to sign?
Doesn't matter how nicely you ask. Sometimes people just can't answer. You should know that damn well, Madam Counselor.
I was afraid you'd say that.
I don't understand. Adonai, what does this mean?
It means that whomever these prints belong to has a very proactive representation.
Those prints belong to a witness, as you've guessed. You're more than welcome to their testimony. But their identity is... The department is being very considerate of the witness's privacy, out of respect for their time and appreciation for their cooperation.
Fine, forget the name.
Not easily.
Subpoenas are always an option, but I'm short on time.
See, she's
I mean, guess
my
from
pianos.
from last episode, it seems like it might be the other person was some higher up in the company David was working for, right?
Maybe. What did the witness have to say for themselves, Detective?
To paraphrase, they came to see Dr. Asher last night. The two of them talked, and they had a drink together. Then the doctor got sick, so they activated the emergency system from the panel in the kitchen. The EMTs came and took them both to the hospital. Asher's condition got worse. All the witnesses' vitals were normal.
The witness had their vitals taken, and there should be a record of their admission at Gatesfield.
And that's it.
I'm guessing you didn't just take all of that on faith.
Penumbra is set up in most of the rooms on this floor. Everything the witness told us was corroborated by the building's own surveillance system. So yes, we can guarantee that the witness never put anything into Asher's drink.
I'm guessing that I can't have the keys to the penumbra, can I?
Not until the witness's lawyers are done reviewing it.
Lawyers, plural? I don't have time to trade jabs with the law offices of Johnson, Johnson, Johnson & Johnson.
Hey,
That's not a joke. That's just actually what they're called now.
imagine.
Yo, that's who gave me my vaccine.
They've just been
How about
collecting more Johnsons.
Yeah.
Who up collecting they Johnsons?
Me.
Say, how about I give you their business card?
Law offices of Kochler, Gustav, Prince & Prince. I was close. No way I'll be getting any client information out of them directly.
If all you bloodsuckers want to get together and tear each other apart, text me before you start. I'd like to watch.
OMG, does that mean I can get your number?
She's a voyeur.
Yeah, I bet you like to watch.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Needed a moment to think.
She's just like Amanda for real.
She's gonna leave it ambiguous.
Hey,
What do you
leave it
mean?
ambiguous. What did that mean?
Why is that like me?
Just saying it before thinking about it.
Saying things
Oh,
that don't
yeah.
mean
Write
anything.
that down. The bit fills itself.
So that was it? One chat, one peek at the cams, and you've already eliminated them as a suspect?
Look. They were searched. They didn't have any poison, any drugs, not even a stick of gum. Even if they somehow did have poison on them, the camera footage confirms they had no opportunity to use it. They drank from the same bottle as a dead man. As far as the department's concerned, they were nearly the second victim.
But they aren't dead, or even ill from the sound of things.
Maybe he's just built different.
So you think he poisoned his own cup
For real.
beforehand, then poured for the both of them from a safe bottle?
That's what the evidence is telling us. There's nothing in the bottle or the witness's cup. But after drinking from his cup, a cup he prepared himself, he fell ill, and the witness didn't.
It's not like an allergy situation because they would have caught that.
And Asher died with a foreign substance in his body.
An unidentified foreign substance.
Suicide by poison. Look, I get that you were close, and simple explanations aren't all that satisfying. But that's life.
One last thing. You just said he prepared his cup himself. Did you see that on camera?
He left the parlor to get the drinks and came back with his already poured. The witness says he got them from the basement.
The witness says that, not the cameras?
There's no cams in the lab or the basement.
That seems like a security hazard. Why would Noble not set things up more carefully?
Because of you! It's intentional. If cams of his lab ever got hacked, outsiders could steal his IP and kick Noble's monopoly to the curb.
Right. David did complain about Noble's weird protocols for combating corporate espionage.
At least we can take comfort in knowing that Father wasn't alone when he died.
Yeah, that's worth investigating. Rose River Whiskey, 12 years old.
You recognize it.
Sure, he was more than partial to the brand. It's a good brand, only a bit overpriced, which is the bargain of a lifetime in David's world.
It appears that the police have already tested its contents. No foreign matter present, was their conclusion. Is it possible that the police missed the poison?
No. Even if they can't identify the poison, they can detect its presence by comparing samples of the whiskey to a bottle off the store shelf.
So we can eliminate the possibility that the bottle of whiskey was poisoned.
We'll have to find our smoking gun elsewhere.
You'd know all about that.
What? I always admired this view. The buildings gleam with reflections of holograms and sunlight, and their shadows obscure all the rundown, rotting parts of this town. Maybe the view's secondary. Maybe all anyone really wants is to put as much distance between them and the street level as possible.
Is it possible that a witness could have seen something through the windows?
Not through these windows, no. David installed wide-spectrum auto tint in all his homes, all his cars.
I didn't know that.
Well, you wouldn't notice unless you're viewing the penthouse for more than...
Why did he care so much about his windows?
I'm gonna leave that ambiguous. A chessboard and a data pad with a series of characters on it. E4, C5, NF3, E6, D4, CXD4, NXD4. This is... Fortnite.
Fortnite Battle Royale.
Algebraic notation.
What?
Was he studying an old game or
a series of
playing against
characters
himself?
on it. Bugs Bunny, LeBron James,
Holy shit.
Goku.
Black has checkmate in 40 moves.
Wow, a robot that's good at chess. We ought to put you in a museum. But I'll take your
Might
word
be a bit
for
crowded.
it.
What do you mean? Do you not play Adonai?
No, especially not against David.
Well, that is to be expected. Anyone who challenged Father to a battle of wits would naturally grow tired of losing.
Adorable.
Every game starts the same. Each player has the same pieces, same moves, same options. It's a true test of wit, strategy, and forethought. To me, it always seemed too
Boring.
fair. The smarter player wins every time.
And that is something you take fault with.
Of course. How's a gal like me supposed to win a game like that?
Oh, she's stupid.
Seems like
She
that's
wants you
everything
to
critical
think
on
she's
this side of the room. Which leaves the kitchen.
I think there isn't much way to do anything underhanded in chess, and that's like
Yeah.
Morgan's whole thing.
You said there's camera footage of the dining room showing David and his guest. What about in here?
Well, in chess, you have to play your whole hand. You can do stuff that's underhanded,
Yeah.
but when the opponent sees you do something underhanded, they're gonna know you're capable of doing stuff underhanded.
Kind of ironic to put it in
Maybe
contention
that.
with poker. Again, that's kind of like the exact opposite.
Only camera in the kitchen is the one mounted on the call terminal. The console took a snap image when the witness ran in to contact emergency services.
May I see it?
May I see it?
No, not unless you scrape the witness's face off the pic first.
I love you guys.
Yippee. Oh, don't tempt me.
Localized entirely within this kitchen.
Yeah.
Localized entirely within your crime scene.
3 unwashed dishes and a single glass. Reyes, these dishes haven't been scanned for prints yet.
And?
and I just assumed you might want to do your job.
Yeah, there are prints. Most match the victim. But there's also... Huh.
Oh,
Hey! Don't sneak up on me like that.
all I did was walk over to you.
You knocked over the salt, Adonai.
I was focused on the task at hand.
Didn't realize tunnel vision was a selling point on your mod.
Adonai, the salt.
As I was saying, the witnesses' prints are on that glass.
That glass in the sink? They were drinking from cups in the parlor. Did you see a glass on camera?
No.
So when did they touch the glass?
You need to toss it over your shoulder.
Witness must have thought about giving the guy some water, but maybe he would have just choked on it if they'd tried. What? You think this glass was the murder weapon?
It's bad luck, Adonai.
She's so focused on that salt.
Whacked him on the back of the head so fast they went between video frames?
That's genius. You should go through the footage frame by frame to prove your theory. Mature.
Bad luck.
I knew it was coming. What have you been going on about? The salt? Shouldn't the machine be above petty superstition?
It is not a superstition, it is ancient wisdom.
Give me one logical reason to care then.
If too much salt spills on your food, it'll make you gag.
Ugh. Maybe it's on me for setting the bar too low there.
I was about to think like maybe poisoned like salt rim, but that's not really a whiskey type drink, is it?
This is where the emergency call was made. What time did the call go out?
8:04 p.m. Before you ask, the witness left the parlor at 8:03 p.m. Not enough time for them to alter the scene.
I wasn't gonna ask that. When did the medics arrive?
8:08 p.m., remember?
Hell of a response time for a penthouse. Private EMS came by air?
Yeah, they landed on the VTOL pad you saw outside. Took them to Gatesfield. The very best, if you can afford it. Looking around here, seems like he could afford a lot.
He got his insurance through his employer, just like most people.
Catechus's executive plan 4 isn't like most people, counselor.
He had executive level? Not like most people at all. Messy workspaces, but a pristine kitchen. David was a good cook, but only for others. Unless he had a guest, he'd happily eat instant ramen and protein bars for all 3 meals. Or 2. Or 1.
Girl dinner.
Yeah.
It's just like me.
No signs of food prep to be found, not so much as a cheese board. So whoever this guest was, they must have shown up unannounced. David's fridge. Normally I wouldn't go poking in the pantry at a crime scene, but this was a poisoning. Some white wines chilling in the drawer, some real cheap liquor stuffed in the icebox. Old habits. Reyes, you said he left the parlor and came back with that whiskey from the basement?
Huh? That's what the cams show, yeah.
There's plenty to drink right here, and unlike the cabinet downstairs, it's actually cold. He must have wanted Rose River in particular. What's that look for? You hungry?
I am an android, I do not get hungry. Are you being sarcastic?
Only mostly. I thought you said you required organic nourishment.
I do ingest organic substances, but that doesn't mean I experience hunger as you do.
So when you don't ingest organic substances for a long time, you...
I become tired.
What a great feature.
And when I'm done digesting,
I don't need to know.
She can also experience girl dinner.
You've now had the chance to survey the crime scene.
The joys of girl dinner.
Yeah.
So do you think you know what happened?
Detective, is his body still at the hospital morgue?
Yeah, he's at Gatesfield, along with 100 noble megs who've all called dibs.
Then I'll just have to cut in line. Sarah, get me a ride to Gatesfield Memorial. What? You can do that, can't you?
I can,
But
but I need your payment information to get started.
She needs your credit card and the 3 wacky digits on the back.
I'd give it to her.
What?
Yeah? Okay. Understood.
Attention.
On my way down.
All of the devil gamers.
Later, losers. I'm getting girl dinner.
Sarah needs your help.
got it?
Think complete.
Set
She now
pickup
has all of her credit card
for
information.
10 minutes should be plenty.
The crowd down there seems to have gotten quite large. 10 minutes to reach the pickup spot may be an ambitious target, Adonai.
How bad can it be? 12:21 p.m. July 1st, 8 to 2086. As I approach the lobby's exit, the building's soundproofing begins to fail. The crowd has gotten bigger, but there's something else happening out there. The energy's not panicked yet, but it's creeping up on the tipping point. And this many people pissed at Noble are this many people pissed at Noble for selling androids? The hell's got them all so excited?
Adonai, what does that symbol mean?
In this rabble? Probably something vulgar. Which one?
The heart with a bullet hole.
I don't know. It's probably nothing.
Based on net associations, it appears to be a symbol for the heartbreak killer.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why would that freak have a symbol, or a following, or these... whatever these people are? And why the hell would they be outside David Asher's apartment? Who wants to be Wide-Eyed Man?
Because Noble's trying to cover up the truth.
They are.
Those Megs in there are scrambling to shred every document they can. We need to stick together, form a perimeter, and try and catch them when they go to dump the scraps.
Sarah.
What are you hoping to find?
Proof that Asher was killed for trying to blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle. On Heartbreak?
Noble doesn't want the world to know that the A-16 is sentient and homicidal.
You think that Heartbreak is an android?
You think whoever did all that was human? Noble's advanced prototype went amok and started killing.
Started killing random people?
Don't be a lamb, it only looks random. There's a clear pattern as long as you're smart enough to see past the bullshit.
It was a different guy, but I'll let you have both.
Oh, sorry. That was a different guy. Huh? No, I think the wide-eyed man just put on a
He had the
mask.
same, he had the same colored name.
That's a good point. I haven't seen them in the same room together. Oh,
He
okay.
just puts on a Batman mask.
And how does one see past the bullshit?
Stop engaging.
Smart kid, she gets it. She's asking the right questions. I won't take man with a sign. I may have a wide eye and a mask, but I don't have a sign.
All right. I'll wave around a sign. What the hell are you talking about?
No way those victims weren't related. It's gotta be deniable ops. They must have all been in DO together before getting their records bleached. Then as soon as they've outlived their usefulness... What are you, nuts? Everyone knows the first 6 HK got to were the 6 prototypes that came before him. Warm android so perfect no one can tell the diff. A bullet to the heart's the only way he could kill those other over-engineered freaks.
Everyone's got a goddamn opinion.
I see.
Stop seeing, start moving. These people are insane.
Why don't you eat some more corn slop, asshole? You think you can be the cyberpunk TM without ever thinking for yourself?
Now is your chance to.
Holy shit.
You think it's a coincidence victim number 6 was working on Harco crops? They're putting something in the food!
Make the frogs gay.
Hey, look at the frogs game.
They're put-
Those people, heartbreak. This is.
A goddamn
They're
embarrassment.
putting something in the water to turn all the warm-blooded androids gay.
Yippee.
It's working.
The hell am I paying taxes for if the state can't shut this shit down?
What about you, Adonai? What do you think about the heartbreak figure?
They're just a murderer. Should be caught and sentenced like any other murderer.
But they must have some reason for doing such terrible things. Aren't you curious?
Yeah,
Why?
probably some cool, awesome reason.
Are some reasons for committing murder better than others?
Yes.
Okay.
They might have experienced trauma or abuse. They might have.
Millions of people experience trauma and abuse every day. Millions. And yet there's only one heartbreak.
So you think that they were just born that way?
That's
Think they
my
were just
guess.
built different.
That's
Unsatisfying?
sad.
I don't see why it would be.
If heartbreak was born like that, then they never had a chance to be anything else.
If heartbreak was born like that, then none of us normal people have to ever worry about turning out like them.
That kind of predestination, it means they never had to take responsibility for what they are.
The state can make them take responsibility. As soon as they catch them.
You make it sound so trivial. They're a very... word? They're a very dangerous serial killer.
Just a serial killer.
Just...
If HK shot someone every day, it would take them 1,132 years and about 11 months.
in order to have killed
413,789 people.
You did that in your head.
I'm good at mental math.
You counted the leap years. But what is the significance of that number?
Deaths within 18 months of the Blakefort industrial disaster. Times that number by two for the injuries. Tack on another 183% for the birth defects. 413,000 dead, and there wasn't anything evil about it. Just human error, some shoddy welding, and time.
Do you think that heartbreak is nothing by comparison? Perhaps that is the problem then. If they're nothing, if they represent nothing, then they can stand for whatever the crowd wants them to.
Who wants to be police android?
Please make way. It's me, police android. Officials are coming through. Please disperse.
Woo!
I like that they announce who they are. Makes it really easy to keep track.
Who wants to be shouting man?
Keep walking, pigs!
Glaring woman.
Amanda hasn't had any lines yet.
She muted.
Everyone looks
Dang.
at Amanda.
Fascists!
She's not very fond of the
Yeah.
fascists.
I'm not very fond of the fascists.
No, that's different from shouting man, is it?
They could be the same.
Yeah,
You could be
oh.
angry and shouting.
No owns the comp.
Yeah, you could be angry at shouting.
I'm angry and shouting. Hell yeah.
Only the cops they builded the factories.
London, let's go!
Very funny. Why are we tolerating this shit?
Why do they look like a boy band?
Because we are.
That particular angle on London, yeah, absolutely looks like boy band promotional material.
Yippee. They have a crowd and
You want me
everything.
to wade into the crowd with a nightstick, prove them wrong?
You know what I mean. We're the only people in the city trying to do some goddamn good, and they all just...
That's just part of our job, detective.
No offense, ma'am, but wearing a police badge earns you a little more hate than... Do they give prosecutors badges?
In another series.
True.
I have an ID for the parking garage. Does that count?
Depends. You ever hesitate to wear it out in the open?
This moral relativism of yours seems like a strange philosophy for someone in your profession, Adonai.
Everyone is here.
Yippee.
Everyone? Fuck you, man.
Everyone important is here.
Yippee.
Damn it.
Breaking out the thesaurus on me? I'm only being realistic and humble.
What the fuck is that smile on Morgan?
She's just a girl.
Smiling.
I'm just one woman, Sarah. Whatever I do, right or wrong, it's less than 1% rounding error in the grand scheme of things.
She's got that comedy mask ass smile.
Do you tell that to your clients?
No, but they come to appreciate it when I win.
I don't mean cops in particular. The same deal applies to anyone who works for the state. The terms are stark, but the ink dried a long time ago, and we all agreed to them.
I don't recall voting for it.
Well, your memory sucks. Well, not voting
You
is how
too.
these things come to pass, so... We traded freedom for safety, individual rights for collective power. The state won, the citizens lost. Very least we could do is take their criticisms head on.
Look, I don't have a problem with the responsibilities of authority.
Only with authority being challenged.
But they treat us like we're the bad guys.
Hit movie.
Well,
Yeah.
hit
They treat
movie
us
with
like
the
we're
wolf
hit
with
movie
the
the
praise
bad
game?
guys.
Well, sometimes we are. Sometimes the law is wrong.
So if any given individual is too small to ever affect change,
So, if the public's gonna hate us no matter what we do,
and if corporations and governments will trample over people the same regardless of their character,
and if we can't even be sure we're doing the right thing,
what do you do, Adonai?
what the hell do we do?
I think it's pretty simple.
It's not as complicated as we think.
In times like these,
In a world like this,
the only logical way to live is...
the only moral way to act is... do whatever it takes to win.
do whatever it takes to win. Yippee.
Yippee, that was so in sync.
Yeah.
Editor, fix that in post.
The
I
stream
don't think I've
editor.
ever heard two people talk at the same time before, like you guys just did.
We're really
Yeah.
talented.
Quite impressive.
If I'm insignificant in the grand scheme of things, I can do my worst and no one will notice.
If power is inherently evil, holding back won't save your soul.
Just fight with both barrels.
And trust the opposition to do the same.
Winner takes all.
Winner takes all. Oh, we did it better the first time.
Editor, don't fix that in post.
Damn.
Editor, make that worse in post.
Editor,
No.
just fuck it up.
Editor, just fuck my shit up entirely.
Cuts Amanda out of the rest of the stream.
No.
Oh no!
Oh, that's my bestie.
12:59 p.m. July 1st, 2086. Gatesfield Memorial Hospital.
Hopsital.
Ugh, thank you. You're a lifesaver. And the next time that Bridezilla texts you, just turn your phone off. Chatty guy must have been due to go on break. When he tried and failed to find the witness's medical record, his datapad had the name blacked out. But I did see that they have a Conicus Executive 3, more expensive than David's, which means they most likely...
How did you do that?
You need to hold the button to get the doors to close faster. Mashing does nothing.
That's not what I meant, but thank you.
Life tips with Morgan.
There were many others who arrived before us. How did you get us down here so quickly?
Well, I didn't do anything. It was that nurse who escorted us.
Yes, but you managed to get a stranger like him to help you with so few words, so little information. I don't think you even gave him your name.
Haven't you heard of the golden rule?
Of course I have. Treat others how you would want to be treated.
Wrong. Extremely loud and correct buzzer. Treat
Morgan
others
hates
how
the
they would
Bible.
want to be treated. He wanted someone that he could vent to. He wanted someone to pay attention to him, and he wanted to feel appreciated. Which meant he'd be eager to help given the chance.
Even just reading someone's mood is quite difficult.
So true, bestie.
How can you know how another person wants to be treated?
There are no mind readers. No one can ever know anything about what anyone's thinking. Maybe not even themselves. It doesn't matter if they're your parent, your twin, your lover. It'll always be a gamble. And boy, do
That
I
is-
love gambling.
Gambling?
Gambling.
Gambling.
Leaning
Not a very
forward in my
comforting
seat?
Well, I
Neuron
think it's
activation.
fun.
Only because you're good at it.
Like chess.
How did you get so good at it?
Extremely
Same
loud
as anything.
for George.
Observation and practice.
You must have been observing and practicing for a very long time then.
She's old.
I'm old.
I'm old.
So we proceed down the hall, bare left.
Old.
Bear
Look for
on the
fourth
left?
door.
There's a bear to the left.
Is it Freddy?
Violently
No, not the violent
No, he comes out the right
divorce.
door. You got it. No.
Violently divorced from Chica.
Comes out the left door if the power's out.
Oh, that's
No, fair enough,
true.
fair enough.
That's true. I'm gonna open the one that says Morg on it.
Fake fan.
hot
I'm so
women.
sorry.
Who wants to be
Ooh,
hot women?
Awooga.
Whoa.
Typha, you haven't had lines yet.
Typha.
You want to be a hot woman?
Sure, I'll be a hot woman.
Okay.
Hmm?
Just like real life.
Oh, hey. Come on in. Don't stand out there in the cold. Wouldn't be accurate. Sorry about the chill in here, but I run a little hot.
Hell yeah, she does.
And you can see my roommates never complain. Yumi Sato, medical examiner.
Oh, roommate.
buddy.
I have a profile. I was born on March 3rd. My height is 173 centimeters. My weight, don't fucking care. Blood type O negative. Occupation medical examiner. I like accessories, reality TV, and palm reading. And I dislike social media, dress codes, and ebooks. I love to make new playlists, and I hate to throw out old clothes. And I'm most proud of my weekly meal prep.
Yippee.
It is a single egg.
Egg.
eggs.
Split between the entire league.
It's a very
Really
large
thin
egg.
slices.
Whoa. Dr. Sato, just the lady I wanted to see. Though I didn't expect that I'd get to. The fact that they've assigned a medical examiner and not some adder junior means.
You can just call me Yumi. And you're
Morgan, I represent the deceased.
the deceased? Oh, the deceased. Asher, the... Wait, really? That's a weird. I thought the time slot was scheduled for a group of noble PR people who...
I know. Weird, right?
What the hell do I know? I was getting tired of hosting Megs anyway. I gotta finish typing up this report before we talk shop. But in the meantime, feel free to make yourself at home.
People just
Make
love letting
griffins.
Morgan run around the place, huh?
Yeah, it's just like dead bodies in here, so who fucking cares?
I love
Good
dead
point.
bodies.
Are these all dead
The
bodies?
dead bodies aren't gonna snitch.
One would hope so.
One thing I like about my neighbors, they can keep a secret.
I only meant that I'm surprised to see them stored here.
Dead men tell no tales.
It's just a backlog, which suggests a higher murder rate than the public data would lead one to expect.
Do you only examine bodies for the police, Doctor?
No, I wish. Nah, most of my job involves confirming COD on natural deaths for insurance adjustments.
I double clicked.
There was a lot. Insurers want to blame the mod for failing. Mod makers want to blame the stiff for not exercising enough. Family says the company insurance plan would pay for mods, but not a gym membership. Yeah, that whole wall there is suspected defective liver mod, suspected leaking internal biobatteries, suspected CCIC.
CCIC?
Climate change induced complications.
You can prove that climate change contributed to an otherwise natural death?
Very, very rarely.
It can be proved. What does that mean for the family of the deceased?
Plus or minus 14% on the life insurance payout. I mean, it's most of what I do, and I don't dislike my job. It's just... so much of what I do just boils down to telling a bunch of cheapskates how to split the dead man's bill. It's enough to make homicide feel like a breath of fresh air.
That's a lot of screens. There's got to be diminishing returns on productivity.
Why do you have so many monitors, ma'am?
You can't just ask someone that.
She's a
You can't
gamer.
just ask someone that. Okay, you can just ask someone that. Good question. Every quarter when they do inventory and budgeting, they ask me if I need anything, and I never do, so I submit a blank form. But I guess a while back there was a +1 in a spreadsheet somewhere, and no one's ever corrected it, and so... boom, I get 4 new monitors every year.
She doesn't get to
I
talk to
can
that many
play
people that aren't dead. She's totally
so
down
many
to answer
games at the same
questions.
time.
Oh, hell yeah.
You run out of things to use them for.
Sometimes, but this year I've started running 2 dramas at once when I'm doing rote work, which helps.
One of them is always dedicated to Subway Surfers videos.
Watching 2 television shows at the same time helps you do rote work?
Yeah, it helps me use up the screens. I've got Survivor Season 432 going on one monitor and Survivor Season 437 going on another. They're running at the same
hell
time.
yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, she has Dokapon on one monitor
No.
and Classic Duck Simulator on the other.
What's this? The hospital's getting renamed? No, I guess it's some other hospital that got snapped up. I ain't reading all that.
Do you think she's using one of the monitors for Ghost Trick?
Yeah.
Or the Ghost Trick Fandub?
And one monitor's
the Ghost
got
Trick Fandub on loop
youtube.com/Exzelda stream
Hang on,
playing on it.
Hey, subscribe now.
Does that monitor in the back there have Of the Devil Chapter 1 Part 2 right now?
Holy shit. The Ikaria. I guess they weren't always in the same line of work. Now they're plastering their name wherever to get themselves, all the Neobility are eager to prop up their image wherever they can. But that must go double for the Ikarias. Assuming the truth about their criminal past is anywhere close to the rumors. She finishing up over there?
Right, okay, so what's up?
Thanks for your time, Dr. Sato. My first question would be...
What was the cause of death?
Oh, wow. Hi there. You've been talking to me and I've been answering, but I've just noticed you're there. Cute android. Didn't even realize it was... really cute. The skin is... that's remarkable.
I
just looking
think I
closer to
have
tell.
COVID.
What?
COVID.
All right. I guess I'll just have to go get my new vaccine from Johnson, 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 and Johnson. Even looking close, you can tell
Not
they really
sponsored.
are warm. Still not quite human body temperature, but they've come a long way. The early gens all flushed, felt like they were always running a fever, and they ran like it too. Even 2 years ago, the average warm ranchoid only lasted...
Sorry, but the circumstances surrounding this particular case call for expediency.
Right. Sorry, I'll stop gawking at the android. So what can I tell you?
Android.
Were you able to determine the cause of death?
Well, cause of death, sure, we got that much figured out at least.
Why doesn't that sound particularly reassuring?
Dr. Asher died of respiratory failure.
Loser.
Not enough oxygen in the blood, not enough blood going to the brain. Root cause being widespread depression of the central nervous system.
What would the symptoms be?
Should've gotten
What would it
widespread
have
therapy in
looked
his
like?
nervous system.
Real.
Lightheadedness, followed by dizziness. And headaches, slurred speech, exhaustion. Loss of consciousness, and finally, respiratory arrest. Report shows that the EMTs tried intubation, then resuscitation through electrical stimulation repeatedly. By the time he got to the emergency room, they were desperate enough to attempt direct artificial blood oxygenation, but it was too late.
I have a line, and you're certain of all this.
Oh, well,
Surprise!
most of
she
it's
hasn't
sweet.
had that many of those yet.
Most of it.
Yeah, it's turned into quite the puzzle, and I'm used to having more pieces to start with. I was surprised a man as rich as famous as him didn't have any kind of biomes, but his files show.
He wasn't a viable candidate for modding.
Yeah, that's right. Without that kind of first-hand tech, we don't have nearly as much data as we'd like. But he was extensively monitored from the moment the EMTs arrived. We're very certain about our conclusion.
Did you find anything else unusual about his body in your examination? Cuts or bruises?
No injection sites, nothing in any cavities.
Nothing at all, huh? The police mentioned a tox screen?
Yeah, that's the thing. They ran a tox screen when he first arrived, typical diagnostic intake procedure. Based on the emergency call, they figured he must have overdosed on something, but the tox screen gave them nothing. After he died, we performed the broadest screenings possible. Nothing.
So, were you forced to conclude this was a natural death?
I didn't give up that easy. I took blood samples and compared their makeup with what was on record in his previous medical history. And I managed to isolate a single non-naturally occurring chemical compound that wasn't there before.
What was it? Some exotic toxin from a different hemisphere?
I wish. I ran it through every available database we have access to. Through my many monitors. And even I only have sort of access to... even a few I only sort of have access to through some friends. Not only does it not match any known poison, it doesn't match the chemical makeup of any registered compound.
So, a designer drug, huh?
That seems to be the best explanation.
What the hell did you do, David?
You said it didn't match any registered compound. What about compounds that aren't registered?
She's adopting Morgan's little thinking stare.
Those friends of yours, private sector folks?
She's adopting
Yeah, and
her
pharmaceuticals.
appreciation for freeform jazz.
If one of them patented a new compound, a new drug, what would keep its formula from going on the record?
In the private sector, intellectual piracy is the norm, so you're expected to protect your research aggressively.
Patent first, find a use later?
Yeah, patent would have to at least describe your compound in brief, but depending on what country you file in, I've heard it may be considered prudent to keep the actual chemical makeup off the record.
Smart. Using international IP law as your own personal minefield.
Oh, so.
Whenever you're ahead, patent as much as you can, as fast as you can, but bury the formulas so no one knows where it's safe to walk. Anybody small and ambitious comes along, finds a new drug they're excited about, you flip up your card, let them know you came up with the idea years ago. And that you'll give them death by 1,000 court dates if they so much as blink. Wouldn't work on anyone your size or bigger. They could punch back. But for the rest of the field...
Wow, you corporate lawyers are scary.
I'm not a corporate lawyer.
So you came up with that strategy just now?
So it's possible that this poison is actually a known substance. Something that the hospital could have easily identified.
If it wasn't considered a trade secret.
Yes, unfortunately that is a possibility.
Still, just because a drug is new, that doesn't mean it's original.
Does the effect that this compound has remind you of any other drug? Maybe one that's prescription only, or a controlled substance, one you might know by another name, but with a patented structure.
Sorry, sweetheart, it's a general depressant. There are a lot of drugs that have that effect on the body, and they come in all shapes and sizes from all kinds of places.
If the effect was unremarkable, what about its strength? Could you estimate how much of this stuff he had in his body, all told?
Not precisely, now. Not without detailed knowledge on its half-life, but I guess that it must have been about 20 milligrams?
Poor detailed knowledge on its half-life, too.
Holy shit.
Is 20 milligrams a lot?
Not for a medicine. So this wasn't just an overdose of something. This wasn't just an overdose of something relatively harmless then.
Actually, Logan, it is 2086. It's a rare chance, very slim shot, but it might have been talking about Half-Life 3.
No, there's no way.
Absolutely not. You clearly have no idea what you're fucking talking about.
No, not if 20 mil was enough to crash his entire system, nervous system.
Thank you, Yumi.
Of course, so... You ready to view the body?
Yes.
We could skip it if you want.
Oh, you mean his?
I know most people...
Oh, yeah.
I know most people get squeamish around corpses.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
In red.
Okay then, let's get started. Don't know why
Ominous
you
red
had
shouldn't
felt the
be a
need to say that
problem,
on
text.
one of my many monitors, but all right. All right, I'll just step out for a moment to give you some privacy.
Yes, please. Thank you. Quick, Sarah, take a monitor. She'll never notice.
She
You
wouldn't
hide
mind.
it in my coat.
He's probably actively giving away some of them at this point.
He tried burning them, shredding them, burying them.
The last time we talked was on a Sunday. You were complaining.
Like today.
I remember that. It's the principle of the matter. Right, you had ordered this cheap piece of shit sculpture or something by mistake, and it came damaged and you wanted to send it back for a refund. I gently reminded you how, with your salary, it was literally not worth your time. And I kindly offered to throw it out for you, since you're having so much trouble letting go. You're only offering because you want to see how loud it sounds shattering at the bottom of my trash can.
See his loud.
Yeah, I denied it, even though you were right, and it was obvious. I should have let you have that one.
I thought he would look different,
Guh?
but he looks exactly the same as I remember. His skin is pale, and he's very still. But his face is the same. His hair, his hands.
You're expecting something more drastic?
The last time I saw him, he was alive. He smiled, and he told me he would see me soon. Now he is dead. Something is gone. And I can't find the difference. I'm trying to look harder. But I think I might just not be capable of it. And I wonder why. Why I was created to not be capable.
Could be an issue of skill.
Literally skill
Whoa.
issue. Damn.
Or Maybe it's not something that can be seen, no matter how hard you look. But it's there. I guarantee it. I've seen the transition enough times to be sure that between life and death, the distinction has significance. To the dead, at the very least.
You're going to smoke. Here. Now.
I'll pay the fine.
That's not the issue.
The skill issue.
The issue is your tissue.
Were you expecting me to fall to pieces? Real boys grieve in all kinds of ways, Pinocchio.
And some don't grieve at all, it seems.
I'm a cold woman. Sorry to disappoint. The hell? Why won't this thing light?
How don't I? You have your cigarette backwards.
JoJo Part 2 reference?
Yeah.
Alright, that's back into cold storage for him, so. Need anything else?
Can you send me the chemical makeup of that compound you isolated?
Sure, for what it's worth. Let me just.
It's got carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, with hexagonal structures. So it's organic? But there's a number of metallic elements too. And if you had to speculate on its intended use based on what we know of its structure...
Well, it certainly acted like a depressant, binding to receptor pathways and affecting the balance of neurotransmitter reuptake.
Depressants are pretty rare in the designer drug scene.
True, people are always looking for a higher high or a crazier trip, but a more powerful depressant will just make you fall asleep. Not much need to hit up the gray market for that kind of experience.
No, there's not. I see. Thanks again. You've been extremely helpful during a very difficult time.
Hey, anything you need, just give me a ring.
That's very generous.
Rockford's orders got me on call, so I'm already getting overtime for the whole weekend.
Glad to hear it.
Goodbye, Yumi.
And goodbye to you, Greenie.
My name is Sarah.
Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Sarah made a friend.
Yippee!
Yippee!
2:13 p.m. July 1st, 2086. Up on-ramps and down off-ramps, above skywalks and under tram lines. The buildings get progressively more polished as we head into the most economically developed part of the city. Corporate territory, national headquarters for the likes of Howe Industries, Lockcoon, Tethys, Neath, each of them sheltering their own micro-city of employee accommodations beneath their skyscraper shadows. Whalefall, the entirety of the ocean floor coming together to feast and grow and live. Live off the fetid and rotting fat of the leviathans that swallow generations of people by the mouthful.
Weight is commonly listed, and my weight is... Do I really have to disclose that?
Noble lays claim to one of the largest shadows in the city, a towering nerve center for the whole nation's android industry. It's meant to be intimidating, I'm sure, but today I'm glad that Noble keeps up such sizable physical presence here. I need answers about David and his work on Sarah. Answers I'd never get browsing the company website or speaking to a representative.
Synopsis. Relationships. There are typically trivia sections as well. Should I start there?
Noble will have their guard up, of course, but even that will tell me something. Where they let me walk, who they let me talk to.
History.
Their efforts at performative transparency and clumsy obfuscation will...
How did you know my father?
What?
I'm sorry, did I interrupt your brooding?
Ooh,
Sarah's
gotta-
so good at being ignored.
No. What did you ask?
My father. I know you were his friend. But what was your relationship like?
Can't you just scroll through our socials?
Father avoided social media. And your online presence is not significant.
You saying I don't have enough followers?
Essentially.
Ooh,
Damn.
get her ass.
Damn.
We went to the same college.
You studied programming.
No. Studied all kinds of different things as an undergrad, but not technology.
Is that a good way to prepare for law school?
I wasn't preparing for law school. Or anything else, really. David, though, he had talent, and he knew he wanted to do something with it. He studied programming, robotics, discrete math, cybernetics,
What classes did you share then?
business ethics. I was the second best student in the class, and he
Was the first?
was the one who asked the most questions. Not sure about his actual ranking. He found the course challenging, and I clearly didn't, despite being younger. Guess he felt burned. He'd come up to me after class to argue, and sometimes to ask for help.
Father always talked about socializing like it was a chore. It was kind of you to give him a chance.
What, like I was some kind of social butterfly? The belle of the ball?
You weren't.
One Sunday night, he knocked on my door all panicked, saying he was in bad shape for his tech course. There was a midterm or something the next day. Couldn't make heads or tails of the material, but I did my best to at least quiz him. I wasn't satisfied though. Wanted to cram the rest of the night.
Father had to cram for an undergraduate midterm.
Did I say something scandalous?
He's been called the founder of modern programming.
More like the flounder of modern programming.
Heyo!
Yeah, well, even founder types can have poor time management when they're 21. He was already
21?
fried by that point. It wasn't hard to tell what he was really asking for. So I went and stole a study aid for him.
You stole a controlled substance just to help him while studying.
No, that'd be insane. No, I just pocketed some breath mints from the common room. Told him to pinch his nose and swallow fast because the taste is so strong.
You gave him a placebo.
He already knew the content as good as he ever would. What he needed was to sleep. He could barely keep his eyes open by the time I got back from my daring heist. Didn't take much convincing for him to rest his eyes just until it kicked in.
And the test.
B+, I think.
I'm surprised Father stayed close with you after that. You stole and lied to him.
I stole and lied for him. And David understood that. He was good at understanding things without me having to spell them out. But I guess that's not the kind of thing that gets passed down through programming. Anyway, we kept in touch after that. First year of grad school, he published this paper.
The Turing Solution, a framework for programming adaptive linguistic heuristics.
One of his advisors came up with that title. David thought it was way too cocky, but
But it still hasn't failed any known Turing test in the years since.
don't act like you're the one who deserves credit for it. He called me one weekend asking for advice on how to handle all the attention. Job offers, interviews, apprenticeships, invitations to immigrate.
What did you tell him?
I don't remember telling him anything, actually. A lot of our conversations went like that. He would talk to me about whatever personal or professional problem he was stuck in his head that day. I would nod while he wore himself out. At the end of the conversation, he'd thank me, even though I hadn't offered a single word of advice. He took Noble's offer, and they took over his education, paid him to work on his master's during the day and attend corporate training at night. And whatever else Noble may be, they were smart enough to start listening to him early.
You're referring to the 1 point doctrine.
Quality over quantity.
Simple and elegant, just like his code.
If there's anything I know about good programmers, his code was not simple nor elegant.
Simple and elegant, but anathema to a global corporation with supply chains designed for maximum capacity and just-in-time manufacturing. But obviously they got over their distaste fast enough. In the span of a few years, Noble's gone from making manual labor ads for meager profit to being the world leader in intelligence as a service. Even as he was making money hand over fist, he still kept in contact with a nobody like me. I moved to the city for my apprenticeship. He helped me put a down payment on my apartment, then made up excuses as to why he couldn't help me move boxes. So is that enough detail for you? Thoroughly convinced that he and I were, in fact, friends?
I am. But Adonai, the favor that you owe him, what was that for?
That's private. Understand? I have zero interest in talking about it with you. Say you understand.
I understand, Adonai. We will be arriving shortly. Shall I send word ahead?
Just tell him that David's lawyer is here. 2:49 p.m. July 1st, 2086. Noble Electronics, Northeastern HQ. Sub-lobby A8, no doms allowed. I've been here
I
before.
see all of us are still here.
Yeah. Are you surprised?
Interesting. Sat right here in this lobby waiting for David to come and treat me to lunch. At least, I think it was this lobby. Could have been some other floor, could have been an entirely different building. All these corporate towers of Babel feel like interchangeable fractals to me, folding in on themselves in patterns of narcissistic paranoia. So monumental in the scale of their hubris, they needed to use non-Euclidean geometry when drawing up the blueprints. The greatest minds of each generation coming together, just to find the most expensive way to shove their heads up their asses.
Adonai, is something bothering you?
Just doing the math on how long we'll be kept waiting here. Apparently, someone will be here shortly. So maybe if I pass the time by glaring around the place, it'll improve my mood. I love glaring.
So much energy. So many people, also intent.
You kidding? It's Saturday, the place is half empty.
But doesn't everyone work on Saturdays?
All the parents do, so they don't need to find childcare on Sunday. Everyone else flips a coin, I guess.
All these people for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. What could they all possibly be doing?
Making work for themselves?
You can be very cynical, can't you?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
terrible.
figuring that out.
But that guy over there has just been jiggling his cursor for the last 20 seconds.
Real.
Who up jiggling?
Me.
To think this is only one room.
Jiggling my
This-
cursor in response.
Complex is so massive that it doesn't even feel man-made.
What if we jiggled our cursors together?
It's like it was carved out of the rock by waves. Like it's always been here.
That's the con. If this place was actually natural, there'd be birds everywhere.
I hadn't considered that. Why aren't there birds in here?
Probably because of what they do to the ones that get in. I'm kidding. Though I don't have a better explanation.
Actually, there was a... I don't know if this will be an interesting tangent, but when my dad worked for a place a while ago, they were considering... or I think they actually did hire a guy who, like, did hawk shows to have the hawk fly around their building so that birds, like pigeons, wouldn't land on it.
A word?
Neat.
Yeah.
That is interesting. They changed the logo again.
Noble Electronics.
How's it feel stepping in here? Is this some kind of religious experience for you?
It's just the corporation where my father worked.
careful now, or they'll burn you for heresy against the company.
You said it again. The company, as if it's a proper noun. You're mimicking the employees, aren't you?
So it can't obey simple orders, but it can pick up on that?
Is it just part of the corporate culture?
Noble's one of the biggest corporations there is. One of the biggest there's ever been. We mere humans can't hope to escape the gravity of anything that size, no matter where you live or how far off the grid you think you are. So imagine what it's like working for them. You live in company dorms, work in company quarters. Wherever you go, that logo's above your head. You eat, sleep, and breathe on Noble's timetable at its discretion. When you spend your whole life inside of it, Noble must feel big enough to be the only company there is. Whoever comes to greet us better have a pulse and some goddamn authority. My mood's starting to sour, and if they just send me the first link in their infinite chain of corporate bureaucracy, I'll make them wish. Who wants to be this bitch that we can't even see yet?
Do we know who this bitch is or no?
No.
All right. Amanda?
Get voluntold.
Yeah.
She isn't very fond of being voluntold.
What?
Do you want to be this bitch?
Do you want a character?
No. But
Just
yeah, I
a
guess.
Okay.
I can.
Okay.
I'm sick.
Do you want it?
Sick as
No.
hell.
I had the last character, so someone else take it.
I'll take it. Morgan?
All right.
That's me.
Oh, twink. Or woman. I can't tell.
That's a twin.
Hey there, Android Manufacturing Quality Control, Eastern Division. Evan Dawes. What's up? I'm Evan Dawes. I was born August 1st. I'm 189 centimeters. I weigh 78 kilograms. My blood type is A negative. I'm a chief supervisor, Android Manufacturing Quality Control. I like hammocks, calligraphy, and pale ale. And I fucking hate first dates, conference calls, and 5 o'clock shadow. I'm proud of my practiced handshake, and I struggle with solving captchas. Not a robot or anything, though, for sure. And, my hair's starting to gay.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Evan Dawes, he says, like it's an afterthought. What's a name compared to your place in the hierarchy?
You seem familiar. Have you...
I'm David's lawyer.
Oh, then we must have...
Apologies. Let me first just say how sorry I am about his passing. You and everyone else at the company must be going through a lot right now.
As if it's a proper noun.
Thank you for taking the time to meet with me.
Oh, you're welcome, but it's no big deal. Everyone's on the razor today, but what else is new? And compared to PR or legal right now, our workloads in QA are... Never mind. How can I assist you?
Shortly before his passing, Dr. Asher began the process of registering this android.
Yes, that is correct.
Unfortunately, he wasn't able to finish the job.
Look at that. It's definitely custom.
Gee, you think? Good thing I sought out an expert.
Form. It goes without saying. It's me the A16 Premiere, if anything. Barcode is clearly printed, no visible defects. But you're right, it doesn't correspond to anything we've got on file. Well, they sent you the right man for the job. Now we just need to go to the right place.
Not far, I hope?
It's in the building.
In the building. That could mean anything from down the hall to half a day's hike.
The production line on B9 should have everything we need.
You do manufacturing inside your corporate headquarters?
T9's a fully functional production floor, but it was only built for demonstrative purposes. New clients make deals upstairs about how many and what size, what shape or size. Then they come down to the basement to see how the sausage is made.
You guys make sausages?
Yeah, you want one?
Yeah.
What do you think they make the androids for?
Hell yeah.
Damn, they have enough money to build a fake factory just for guests?
Would y'all eat an android sausage?
Yeah.
Smart.
Probably.
So long as
The
you're only
newest
giving
ordinary
tours.
sausage video.
I was just thinking about that.
As long as you're only giving
Android
tours and not giving away
sausage.
company secrets.
No need to worry about that. We take intellectual security very seriously around here.
No kidding. There are 11 cameras on us at the moment that I can see. And who knows how many pairs of modded eyes are aimed our way. Clearly, nothing happens here without the almighty company knowing about it. So if they try to claim ignorance about anything, it's gonna piss me off. These birds are pissing me off. Lead the way.
They don't have any birds in there. What do you mean?
Yeah, because I'm here now. 3:08 p.m. July 1st, 2086. Noble Electronics Northeastern HQ. Basement floor 9. It really is fully furnished down here. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but it's pretty rare to get to see all this in person, you know? Would you mind terribly if I looked around for a moment?
No problem. I've got some prelim paperwork I need to handle anyway, so have at it.
Yippee! I better take full advantage. I'll need more than a cursory knowledge if I want to figure out where Sarah came from and why David wanted me to take custody. I'm gonna look around. You stay put in the meantime.
Hadn't I?
Wouldn't want to lose you among the rest of the merchandise. An inhaler left out on the desk. Probably a half dozen empty ones in one of the drawers. Those? The inhalers, they're distributed by the company, correct?
Oh, yeah, HR handles it. They personalize your dosage and prescription, and update it based on performance and job fulfillment reviews.
Other corporations do it the same way?
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone's trying to keep pace with each other, so... Can't have your employees losing focus on the job. Could cost you... who knows how much in lost efficiency.
Sorry if this is insensitive, but given what happened to David, are overdoses common in the company?
Yeah, that is insensitive.
Yeah, he says.
Overdoses, that is. Not hospitalizations. Or deaths. It's all pretty organized these days.
These days?
Man, back when I started in consulting, pretty much everyone had an embarrassing story from their first 2 years where they popped a few too many greens and missed the on-ramp.
Popped greens?
Yeah, used to be pills. Green to get you going, yellow to keep you there, swallow red after brushing your teeth, and get into your bunk fast. But yeah, the inhalers are a huge improvement, like going from torches to the light bulb. They sync straight to your personal biomes and adjust dosage in real time. Overdoses are way down.
That's great to hear.
Trainees under me don't realize how good they've got it. Kids probably won't even have to learn how to
taking their
purge.
company-mandated drugs.
This is disgusting.
Yeah, I know, right? What have we got on this data pad? Some kind of write-up? I ain't reading all
You
that.
reading all that?
No.
Okay.
Ain't no way.
And who could have guessed? Mad's not reading all that?
She doesn't know how.
Surprised to
Hi,
find
Jack.
reading
It's very-
material like that around here.
It's very fortunate that all the characters' mad voices have never learned how to read.
Yeah. Are they passing it around as a gag, or are they actually afraid of Sullivan's Peak around here? No one must be. If the peak does exist, they'll be coming up on it fast now that androids are warm. Noel's entire product line, maybe their entire industry, could go bottoms up if people start to think it's cruel. If Sarah has any indication of where their androids are headed, I could see some people getting uncomfortable.
When are they gonna make hot androids?
Good question.
Well, it
I
sounds
don't
like
know how
that
to
was
answer that.
first.
This seems to share some components with that coffin Sarah was napping in. If DAWS does quality assurance, is it some kind of Android calibration device? It's probably what I'll use to register Sarah. Looks a little... Is Sarah tall enough for it to recognize her? Feels like I've seen this before. That's right, there was one in David's lab.
That's the nanograde elementary manufacturer. Nanofacturer, for short. Real high-quality piece of machinery. Each of them built in-house by Randock Mechanics.
What does it do?
Nano-level flash fab.
Oh, to be flashed at the nano level.
Whoa. Basically, a 3D printer for nanomachines.
You build nanomachines in your factories for use in your androids?
Raw materials are cheap, literally elementary, so no sense in getting them shipped in. It's mostly the medical models that make use of them. Inject a couple thousand nanites into a patient's bloodstream, run diagnostics, and provide a solution.
Senator Armstrong head ass.
A 3D
nanomachines,
printer for nanomachines.
They harden in response to physical trauma.
So what kind of ink does it use?
Silicon, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, building blocks, like
Where have we heard
Legos.
that line before?
I
Whoa.
think those might be a bit too big.
They feed into the nanoprinter and it assembles the machines particle by particle, Lego by Lego.
Like a ribosome building structurally complex proteins out of chemically simple amino acids. Chetham's
Is
so
that how he
smart.
got poisoned?
Must be time consuming.
He tried to become a robot.
No,
They
he got
feed
the
the
robot
nanomachines.
disease.
Senator Armstrong.
Do they dump the nanomachines into his brain?
You would think,
They
but
built
Randolph
the
cracked the
poison?
code on parallel microfacturing. What is
In
blood
his
waffling
body?
about? The inside's crystalline, sprawling, like an ant's nest. Raw materials enter at one of the thousands of different entry points, combining and recombining at intersections. The finished product ends up at the center and drips out in a liquid solution. Distilled nectar swimming with millions of nanites in just 2 minutes.
Nectar? It's sticky?
You know what else?
Can be, depending on the desired output. The door vacuum seals while it's cooking, so don't worry. It's completely spill-proof.
What a relief. Not exactly a box of paper clips David could just have brought home from the office one day. He must have bought his own, for some reason. There's something out there that caught my eye when we came in. Very familiar shade of crimson. If I squint through the glass, out on the floor, there are temperature-controlled fluid tanks. Through glass and plastic flows an eye-catching scarlet that transitions into... So you add the blood towards the end?
You mean the oxidant? Yeah, relatively late in the process. Something out of place?
The androids have blood, even if it's not officially labeled as such, but it isn't red, it's pink. Sometimes milky, sometimes neon, occasionally garish, but pink. I just didn't think the oxidant would be red.
Oh, right.
Did I already-
Sorry. I barely noticed at this point.
Did I already make
Colors
the joke
now-
about that just meaning that all the characters in Danganronpa are actually androids?
I think someone made a Danganronpa joke, so probably.
Yeah.
I think it was you.
Yeah.
All
Whoa.
right, cool.
The color's natural comes from the... Color's natural. It comes from the biomanufacturing process. That chromofuge out there removes the byproducts, the waste, the excess pigment.
Changing it from blood red to psychopomp pink.
Without that chromofuge, our android's flesh would come out looking all the wrong colors.
That may be true. It probably isn't, but it may be. I have a simpler explanation. Blood is primal. The sight of it
So
carries
they have a
weight.
problem with androids that aren't white. I see how it is.
Problematic. Noble Industries might be slightly problematic, guys.
They change
Not for
the
the
color of
reasons
their
you think.
product's blood so that when an
cancel
android gets a
Noble
bottle
Electronics on
broken
Twitter,
against its
please?
face, no one bats an eye. What's being built out there?
Our top of the line, brand new bestsellers, the Animate 16 Warm.
Looks kind of cold out there.
We keep the factory floor refrigerated. Slows the organics already tuned metabolic activity to a minimum.
That explains why the room doesn't smell like rotting flesh. The flesh out there is only somewhat rotting. Slowly. I just meant I'm surprised to see metal.
Oh, well, all the A16s have alloy endoskeletons. The organics are layered on later in the process.
Sounds like what Sarah told me about herself. Maybe she really was the A16's prototype. But it's hard to imagine bridging the gap between her and these scattered doll parts. I get that you can grow just about anything from wax Gemini, but how do you get the synthetic and the organic to work together?
Yeah, that was our first concern when R&D began to work on the warm concept. The one... What?
1.0?
1.0.
1.0s.
The 1.0s were real skin with synthetic muscle. And it was a horror show. Metal pulling on skin was just...
Right.
For 2.0, they worked backwards. Organic muscles, organic skin. But digital signals on organic hardware was a dead end.
Didn't the muscles flex when you passed an electric current through them?
They'd flex and unflex, sure, but that's not nearly precise enough for facial expressions. Looked like puppets strung up on live wires. We used the test footage to haze interns, actually.
You must have figured something out. The A16 wouldn't look out of place on the runway.
Thank you. We try. We ended up reaching out to mod companies. Well, we actually just bought out a half dozen of them, but
Fair enough.
Right.
I figured out how to get human nervous systems moving mechanical limbs decades ago. So we just need to get a mechanical nervous system to move. Living limbs.
Very clumsy attempt to avoid using the word human.
Our precision mods are slotted straight into the nervous system. They receive their input from neurotransmitters, not bioelectricity.
So you had to do the opposite?
Exactly. Sorry. We created a synthetic neurotransmitter that our androids could use to communicate with organic flesh.
Sounds like you might need another hit of his inhaler.
Yeah.
Where did that breakthrough come from? Dr. Asher?
Partly. He led the team that built the motor neurons in this analogy. They carried commands from the central nervous OS to individual muscles across the chassis. But the serotonin... Sorry, the synthetic analog serotonin.
Ah, much more simple to understand, thank you.
Yeah, of course. That was actually an old brainchild from the VP of Android Futures, Helen Jung.
Jung. Hasn't David mentioned a Dr. Jung before? Sounds impressive.
She's one hell of a biochemist. Or she was, I guess. Not much time for individual lab work when you get to her kind of pay grade.
So Jung collaborated with David on the technology that enabled worm androids. As I thought, whatever went into Sarah that makes the android so distinct, he couldn't have taken sole credit for it. Jung, did he partner with her on this?
All done? You ready to get the ad handled?
Thanks for humoring me.
Can we have it step into the scanner?
As he says.
Understood.
She's
Right
orange.
then. What are we looking at here? That's yellow.
She's
She turned
orange.
piss color.
It's orange.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Amanda would know piss color.
Yeah, I know piss when I see it.
Girl, you gotta hydrate. God damn.
There's a lot to unpack here.
We theorized that it may have been Asher's pincushion.
A pincushion, huh? That would explain some of what I'm reading here.
What language is that on the screen?
You know, Tesseract? All noble products and, well, pretty much all products, period, are programmed in tests. Easy to read and write, stay compliant. Now this model,
Like,
what's it go by?
that is an extremely unrealistic thing to have in a future world.
Sarah, that's me.
This Sarah model. It's got everything the 16th line has, that's for sure. Organic skin, hybrid muscles, advanced facial processing, and emoting. But there's a lot crammed in here that's still in development. Like, in the idea phases. Solar cell hair strands, decentralized redundant power, mental and physical overclocking with extended tolerances. Data storage is so large I can't... Oh, wow, he had to measure it using...
All of a poker face.
Wait, decryption and signal hijacking? That's...
Hacking?
essentially.
Does that mean it could hack its own tenants?
Oh, no, that's unthinkable. Literally, for an ad.
Okay, we've got the laws of robotics in here.
For an ad to break its tenants would be like...
Didn't we get that in the very beginning of it?
I think we've seen
Oh
it
yeah, we
before,
did have to do a whole
Yeah.
bit about that.
you stepping into traffic. Or dropping a baby.
I would do that.
Morgan would do both of those things.
Even if you're physically capable of it, it's not something you would ever choose to do.
Some people do walk into traffic. Psychotics, addicts, the mentally ill. Does that mean there are androids?
Well, no, there aren't crazy androids. So, yeah. I guess my analogy doesn't hold up.
That's okay.
Weh.
So it can't hack itself, but it was given the ability to hack other systems?
The industry line is that such a capability could be an option in certain emergency scenarios. Breaking through the firewalls and encryption of surrounding electronics to broadcast directly to police or military channels. Speaking of military, this must go...
Musculoskeletal.
Yeah.
Thank you. So many big words today. This musculoskeletal setup is... drastic. I've never seen this on a consumer model.
Can you lift a car or something, Sarah?
Most cars, it would depend on the center of gravity.
Ugh.
Lady, this Sarah could wrestle a public disturbance walker and come out on top.
Those stomping behemoths they bring out for riot suppression?
And in terms of computational ability, the estimate says... that can't be right.
Look, Dawes, I was actually hoping you could tell me something about the software or the metadata. Who worked on it and when?
Right. Okay. Well,
Of course, they cut off right before they tell us how stupid Sarah is.
yeah, she's dumb as a bag of bricks. Well, that's unfortunate. The editing logs have been purged.
That doesn't sound very
now
above
that's
the
on track
board.
for a good programmer. No comments in the code whatsoever.
Sorry, I can't tell you anything about who worked on Sarah or when.
Any chance you could restore those logs?
Nar. Not with this machine. I'd need the computers that were actually used for the programming this model. Any idea where those would be?
Sarah?
I cannot answer that question with any accuracy.
I had a feeling you might say that. Ads, right?
Sorry, I can tell you that the code is unique. There's hints of the A16 in there, a few of the same conclusions. It's just... Dr. Asher, or whoever took very different paths to get there.
So Sarah has even less in common with every other android on the inside?
Sorry, didn't expect to hit a dead end here.
Not at all. You've been very helpful. Can we still get the registration done?
Yeah, no problem. Got the software and forms all set up here. Occasionally we let a new business partner bring one home fresh from the oven, you know?
Oven. Gross.
right out the womb.
All right. A few basic questions then.
I think that's worse.
Who's going to be the official owner of this unit?
Ooh, me.
He is.
As it says, unless the will disagrees, it's my responsibility.
All right then. You fine with the designation of Sarah? We could set it to anything you like.
Well, actually, never mind. Sarah will do fine.
How about
'Kay.
stupid?
Stupid.
Morgan was thinking of like all the typical names you'd name your rival in Pokemon.
Okay, this part's all standard. Civilian models, address, contact info I can get from you or Crumbs. Do you want to reset to factory defaults? Could clear up a lot of quirks.
Not right now.
Damn, Bert just asked if you wanted to lobotomize her.
Not right now, meaning she will lobotomize her later.
I
The
mean,
last
it's more
thing
shadowing.
then is the grading. I'm reading 23 tenants here. Nothing too far out of the ordinary.
23. That's higher than I expected, talking with it. She seemed more malleable than that.
Don't blame yourself. Guessing tenant count from outward appearances has become a crapshoot. Not like it used to be. Used to be they only had 3 tenants total, and every unit had to have them.
Yep, that's law robotics.
Mm-hmm.
Then came the first accidents, and the first lawsuits, and then the hearings, and the legislature.
The demand for more tenants. A tenant making sure ads couldn't endanger the state. Tenant stating that ads wouldn't divulge private information without prior consent. There was a campaign calling for a tenant to weigh child and adult lives equally during risk assessment. There was a campaign calling for a tenant to do the opposite.
Companies wanted their asses covered. Customers wanted guarantees. There was never much incentive to deny a requested tenant, so the list just ballooned. Not until the military entered the market in full force.
You sound like you don't approve.
I wouldn't go that far. They needed their ads to be able to pull the trigger when ordered to, without clearing 5,000 lines of bloated, hard-coded decision points to get there. I get that. But since the armies are the only ones using tech with bare minimum tenants, all the best, least cluttered, most elegant code is only used for the war games. It's not very romantic. Well, not like I was on the jury.
Department of Advanced Defense Projects for Zenith Dynamics. The Supreme Court sided with the military's requests and set a new precedent that every other army around the world would race to meet, changing tenants from a mandated list at the root of every ad's source code to a choose-your-own checklist.
It's funny. Ads with the most tenants, they're so locked up you can't even have a conversation with them. And outside the armed forces, the only ads with single-digit tenant counts are just vacuuming floors. The most impressive ones, like what you got here, fall somewhere in the middle. Sorry, went on a tangent there. Only thing left is the evaluation.
What gets evaluated?
Total financial worth, for insurance purposes. Yeah, the insurance companies made sure we had very accurate algorithms for this. No room for human error, they insisted with no sense of irony.
Sarah's a more $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, I knew it was custom, but
What price could they have possibly... That's a lot of digits.
A more billion of them.
you should know, these formulae are pretty conservative with their estimates. Stingy, even.
If Sarah is really David's last and greatest work, they say some things are priceless, but when you force an insurance algorithm to pick a number...
Try not to get any scratches on it, I guess.
I guess.
Whoa! You spoke differently back there.
Huh?
With Dawes, you spoke like he did, it seemed.
Like I copied his accent?
You seemed to mirror his effect, his tone.
It's called being friendly. What's your point?
It was just an observation.
You can choose to keep those to yourself, you know. No tenant required.
Why were you so concerned with registering me in the first place, Adonai?
For the same reason I wouldn't drive around in a car without a license plate? Any cop, or even just a well-placed camera, could have spotted your barcode and seen that it wasn't set up with any actual data.
And then they would have arrested me, and then they would have thrown me in the slammer.
No, they would have arrested me and put you in an evidence locker.
An android can't get arrested.
People get arrested. Property gets seized.
Ooh.
And then smashed. Great.
Today's subject, slavery.
Great. You put us over the weight limit.
I didn't know such.
Who wants to be automated voice?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Morgan, Counselor, your presence has been requested on the upper floors.
Who's asking?
And why'd they stop them going up?
Vice President of Android Futures, Helen Jung.
Shouldn't have assumed I still had the opening move. Tell her I'll be right up.
I'll redirect your elevator now.
Taking
Continues
control
going
of your
up.
elevator is very
Convenient?
forceful. As if Noble is trying to directly steer your investigation.
If Noble wanted to shut me down, they wouldn't bother to be subtle.
I suppose they could simply refuse to cooperate.
Or just let the elevator drop. 3:54 p.m. July 1st, 2086. Noble Electronics, Northeastern HQ. Executive Office, Chung. Alright, who wants to be her? Right. Speaking first is a sign of weakness, is it? And here I thought I could have avoided wading into the swamp of corporate pretend power dynamics. What do we think, chat?
I like stew.
Let her cook.
Let her stroll and stew.
Stroll in stew.
Alright, and then who wants to be
Don't have
her?
a
She's an
soundboard for-
important character this chapter, so I'd say
What would
Don't I
your
have a stroll in
recommendation
stew
be?
soundbite?
I would say Jillian, what do you think? Who speaks the least in this chapter?
I would argue either Typha or Amanda.
That's what I was thinking.
Amanda, how was voicing character? You feeling okay?
I am lightheaded. I would rather you take her.
I'll do it then. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll be another hot woman.
Hell yeah.
You love
Yeah,
being
we're
hot
typecasting,
women.
yeah. You get to be the twinks, you get to be the hot women.
Yeah.
Silence is only awkward if you care. I can ignore social cues all day long.
Me too.
Yeah. Me too.
Great dialogue.
I always like this time of day.
Not too muggy for you?
No, I never liked a clear blue sky. It always seemed cold to me.
You're in luck. Sky gets more colorful every year.
As the air quality drops. Childish, isn't it? Marveling at the small sheen of rainbow dancing on the surface of a massive oil spill. Apologies for waxing poetic. It's been a very unusual 24 hours around here.
Dr. Zhang.
Just miss is fine.
Miss Zhang. Pause. I need to fidget with my thing.
Hey,
Fidget
I
with
was
your
born
tubby.
December 9th.
Yeah, fidget with your tubby.
What
I
fidgeting
am
they tubby?
166 centimeters. I weigh 59 kilograms. You know what? I did so well on my blood test that I actually got an A and a B plus at the same time. My job is the VP of Android Futures at Noble Electronics. I like red meat, flower gardens, and high thread counts. I dislike working from home, shopping online, and waiting. So really fucked up what you just did there. I'm fluent in 3 languages. You do not get to know which 3. And I enjoy attending baseball games. And I'm very good at getting children to stop crying. Don't ask how. Don't ask why Dawes made a joke about dropping babies earlier.
Miss Young, I get the feeling you didn't bring me up here to talk about the weather.
No, I brought you up here to express my condolences. I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you, though I could say the same. I know you and David worked together for many years.
Yes, we did. But as much as I'd like to just drop everything and process, the company wheels don't stop spinning for anything. Or anyone. Was Dawes of any help?
She sent him? Trying to be helpful or just trying to control the narrative? He was great. But that must mean you know why I'm here.
I don't want to make any assumptions.
No need. I'll be explicit. Fuck you. I'm here as an officer of
Wow,
the court.
you were very explicit.
Which means I'm bound by law to document every rock I turn over. And every person I speak to.
Yes, lawyers made all that very clear.
Lawyers.
You have an android. It's not one of ours.
You can tell that quickly. Got all the faces memorized?
I don't say the joke. It's easy enough to remember the major archetypes we use, yes.
If you're nuts about your work, maybe. It's a recent acquisition. Acquisition. Very recent, in fact. One of David's last requests, apparently.
David asked you to take it. I've been told that you've been to David's estate already.
The police gave me full access to the scene.
Then you know he wasn't alone last night.
Yes, there was a single witness who met with him and called emergency services when he fainted.
I was that witness.
Really? Obviously. There aren't that many people David would bother meeting with in person, let alone welcoming them into his home and offering them a drink. I also knew that Jung is his superior, on paper, though not in fame. And I knew that the witness had Executive Plan 3 insurance, so they had to be higher up than David. Well then, do your lawyers know we're having this conversation?
Of course. They're pulling their hair out about it as we speak.
Can't imagine why. The police cleared you. And you were well within your right to ask for some privacy given the high-profile nature of all that's happened. So why call me up here? Why cut through all the red tape and your lawyers painstakingly hid you behind?
Eventually, you, or some clever lawyer like you, would get the record opened. Through legal means or otherwise. The company's enemies are legion, and they have a prying knife for every occasion.
Still, that would have taken time. Time you could use to get ahead of what could be the biggest PR hurdle Noble's ever seen.
Touché.
And...
So perhaps the truth of the matter is that I simply didn't want to hide. David was my colleague for several years. If I were in your shoes, I would have questions as well.
You doing this for my sake?
No, my reasons are purely selfish. I'm only hoping that talking to someone whose job isn't to defend me from all consequences might prove.
What if they were purely shellfish
Therapeutic.
instead?
Holy crap.
Then I would be fucking terrified and throw myself out the window.
Damn, she's allergic. If she wants to play confessional, that's fine by me. But is this really all that's going on here? Why don't you start from the beginning then? You went to his home last night?
Yes, at around 7:30 p.m. The building's penumbra captured all of that quite clearly.
He fell ill around 8 p.m., so you spent half an hour together? Why the late call in person?
We had an intense discussion yesterday afternoon. David never came in on Saturdays, and I didn't want to spend the weekend glaring at him through screens, so I visited, and he let me in, and we talked.
About?
The good old days, if you can believe that. Back when we were both new to the company, eager to make a name for ourselves.
How long ago was that?
7 or 8 years ago.
You could have said 6 or 7.
I didn't want to.
Miss Chung?
I respect
Putting
that.
a number on it doesn't sound that long ago, but I had to make it feel just a little bit more longer than that, but it feels. We spent a while like that, just talking. He was lively and sharp, and I never would have thought that a few minutes later.
That he would be dead. I'm tired.
That he would commit suicide in front of me.
Soph. Firm reply. What happened?
A 8:15, he said he wanted to toast. He got up, walked back into his workshop, and then he must have went down to his basement to get us a bottle. I checked some messages in the meantime, enjoyed the view.
In other words, she stayed on camera.
He came back up with a bottle of whiskey and 2 plastic cups. We drank and talked. He got quieter, spoke less. I thought he was just getting drunk. I didn't get worried until he started to fall asleep.
You tried to wake him?
He wasn't responding. I tried to shake him awake, but he didn't seem... I left him and ran to the kitchen to use the security system.
Didn't think to use your phone?
No. I suppose I didn't. But it worked out. The Penumbra's emergency protocol summoned a VTOL straight to his helipad with 1 button press. When I returned to the parlor, he was limp. I moved him to the floor as delicately as I could. He had a heartbeat, but I did what I could until they arrived.
You went with them to the hospital, I take it?
Yes, they insisted. They checked my vitals and ran a talk screen, which came back clean.
So did David's, for all the good it did him.
I wasn't paying close attention to what they were saying at that point. But I'm sure they ran through every step of the CCE SOP. That's just what they're paid to do.
You seem certain that it was suicide.
Yes.
Why?
Willow has come over and is pointing at my character now. I'm assuming for reasons. Do you have something you'd like to share with the group?
Something she'd like to share with the class.
She's looking and smiling and refusing to say anything. I don't know why. Hi, Willow. I'm gonna keep...
You got blue hair and pronouns.
Real.
True.
Facts.
As I said, he got quieter as the time passed, and he spoke less. But the last thing he said to me, the last clear thing he said, was that he was happy ending it here. Said he was content. And he downed his glass after that. He drank every last drop. Does that sound like David Asher to you?
Curious, restless, perfectionist David? No, I guess it doesn't. You said CCE, Standard Operating Procedure, a moment ago. What is that?
CCE stands for Counter Corporate Espionage, which is just industry doublespeak for corporate espionage. Only used in self-defense, you understand.
So Noble anticipates employees at your level getting poisoned?
They give us all kinds of CCE training. Subtly, of course, usually disguised on the itinerary as leadership workshops or psychiatric evaluations.
They train you to expect to get murdered at these leadership workshops?
Murder is fairly rare at our level. More likely they'll just want us too sick to work. Let us drain company resources in a hospital bed while our position sits vacant.
That's smart. Like snipers purposefully avoiding vital areas to strain the enemy's medical resources.
That's terrible. Like snipers purposefully avoiding vital areas in order to strain the enemy's medical resources.
That's nothing compared to when they want to turn an asset. Feel ill for the rest of your life with an undiagnosable malady. Or become our mole and we'll send you the antidote every 2 weeks.
That's a nasty piece of work.
It's a nasty line of work. Consulting.
I'm sorry?
That's just what they call it. Can't exactly put corporate spy on your CV.
So every consultant I've met at a cocktail party was actually...
It depends. Did they say that they're consultants? Or did they say they were in consulting?
How the hell am I supposed to remember? So do your people think that what happened to Deo was a deliberate attack?
Noble's competitors have been trying to get to David for years. And that's the timescale their plans operate on. If this was an attack from a rival corporation, the company would have seen it coming. And they probably would have struck first.
I've been curious about this ever since I saw the scene. Why the plastic cups?
There's a story there. David and I got hired around the same time, under similar circumstances. Headhunted while finishing our higher education. During recruiting, the company claimed to want us badly, but in practice, our actual authority was...
Inexperienced and overpaid. He must have been extremely unpopular.
You don't mince words. We didn't either back then. We were loudly trying to convince our superiors that their entire sales model for androids was antiquated and self-defeating.
The two of them made the 1 point doctrine. That's not the story I've heard in Noble commercials and Noble sponsored media. And come to think of it, it's not a story I ever heard from David himself.
We had this deadline. Self-imposed, but still a deadline. We wanted to get our pitch to the president of international sales by the end of the day. 7 p.m. rolls around and people start filtering out. David still has his head buried in diagrams and sales figures. Imagine a technical man like him, a programmer trying to make a sales pitch. Clock hits 9 and even the zombies start heading home. I turn to David, tell him it's not going to happen. We're nowhere near finished and the day's long since been over. He looked at me like I'm the only other person on a sinking boat and I've just stopped pitching water, and he says... Who voices David?
Wasn't it Logan?
Yeah, I think that's right.
I feel like it was me one time and then it was someone else.
Was it?
I'll
Maybe.
just do it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
The president lives on the other side of the globe. We've still got all night until his end of day.
We wrapped up.
Hey.
Never mind. I said it actually.
Sorry. Sorry. I didn't realize the text changed color. My bad.
Well, your lines changed color as well, so now they're my lines. We wrapped up at 4 a.m. Just us and the cleaning staff. Back then, only half of them were ads. Actually, wait. Did they make this game in Unity or something else? Because there's a way to have like the same text box have different colors inside the same thing. So surprised they didn't do that. He finally sends the message, and I'm ready to collapse. I've got nothing. We stared blankly at his inbox for the next 40 minutes, hoping that the harsh light would give us the energy to work through the next day. And we got a response. It wasn't long, but it showed he was interested. I was I had been turned down so many times before then. Ignored and placated, passed up and ghosted, but together, David and I, we had finally gotten a win. So, David asks if I got anything to drink. I've got a bottle of some swill in a cabinet at my desk, but he doesn't want to drink from the bottle. Says he wants to toast. So we sat there at 5:19 in the morning, toasting awful vodka to another in cups we grabbed from the break room. Toasting our first victory against the corporate beast. Between the lack of sleep and the drinking, the next day at work was hell.
Sounds like a good memory.
Plastic cups and liquor. That was our little ritual. So I didn't think twice when he presented me with my cup. It was ceremony for us.
As VP of Android Futures, you're David's superior, aren't you?
That's correct.
Didn't you join the company at around the same time?
David was always more interested in his work than he was in climbing the ladder. He didn't like playing the corporate politics game.
So he was unpopular around here?
Not unpopular, no, not the great Dr. David Asher. Misunderstood, perhaps.
How so?
He could be blunt, demanding, some might say. He wasn't trying to be, it's just... not everyone could work at the same pace as he did, for as long as he did.
Even with the whole company huffing those inhalers, they couldn't keep pace with David? Speaking of which, I don't see any at Jung's desk. It's not something you leave out in the open at her level. So you would say that his work-life balance was...
Balance implies the two are at odds with one another. We use work-life harmony here at the company.
Fascinating. So was he in harmony?
No, David always had plenty of suitors, but he was never willing to put the time in. But I'm sure you're more knowledgeable than I am on that subject.
Right.
What do you mean?
I had to help him draft a lot of apology notes over the years for misunderstandings and double bookings.
Scandalous.
The X16 only entered production this year, correct?
Correct. Pre-orders started last holiday and we began shipping in the first quarter.
I understand that you were instrumental in the success of Warm Androids.
I played my part in supervising the launch, yes.
Weren't you the one who designed Synatonin? The factor that enabled communication between synthetic and organic parts?
I'm surprised you've heard of that. I did lead that project, yes, but that was years ago. At the time, Synatonin was little more than a novelty, a dead end. It wasn't until David took the reins on the A16 that we found a use for it.
Brains.
He was lead programmer on limb coordination, facial expression, exhaustion parameters. And he designed the synthetic nerves that made all of that possible.
David did all of that? It's a lot more than just programming. Was he always so gifted in that many fields? Did he fill those roles on the A14 or A15?
No, he used to stick steadfast to his role as a software architect. That was his field of expertise, and he didn't wander far. But 2 or 3 years back, he started sitting in on other departments, taking notes. Soon he was joining the discussion, proposing new ideas. And eventually they came to follow his lead.
Just like that?
Just like that.
So he just applied himself, and soon he was leading other departments?
That's the kind of genius that Dr. David Asher was.
Maybe they weren't paying him enough.
The company profited the most, of course, but the entire industry benefited from his vision and leadership. His loss will be felt for years. I wonder if that's when he started working on Sarah, when he started sitting on other departments.
So this android, Sarah... Even Dawes couldn't find any real details on where it came from. It's
not in any of our systems?
I'm afraid not. Did David ever talk to you or anyone else at the company about a pet project?
That?
No, he never gave any indication like that. And if he didn't talk to me about it, I seriously doubt he'd confide it to anyone else at the company. David didn't trust anyone higher on the chain than himself, and anyone below him. Frankly, they couldn't possibly hope to give him advice.
He never mentioned me.
No, never.
Androids don't come cheap. You never heard about him requisitioning parts or resources? There were never any discrepancies with his company credit card?
Credit
Company's
card?
accountants are mirthless. Even by industry standards, they wouldn't humor anybody. Not even David Asher. If they had ever detected financial discrepancies, there wouldn't have been an uproar loud enough you could hear it in the mailroom.
You have a mailroom?
Not since the 30s, just a figure of speech. Sarah got so excited about the possibility of going through everyone's mail and committing federal crimes.
No, she thought it was mail, like M-A-L-E.
Ooh.
A mailroom.
Chat,
He
let's
couldn't
take a
take
field
him.
trip to the mailroom.
All right.
All
They
right,
couldn't
single
have taken
file lines,
resources from
everyone.
the company without leaving a record. But no one would deny Dr. David Asher information. He would have been able to obtain all the necessary data to build his own android. Then, with enough time and money, he could privately purchase the raw materials himself.
I don't understand it. Must have taken him years to build Sarah. Wasn't doing anything illegal. Except the hacking stuff. So why keep it secret?
I don't know. But he was private and a perfectionist. Perhaps he simply wasn't proud of his results.
Wrangler.
Could be. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to me. I'm sure this has been a difficult day for you.
A difficult day for all of us.
A message from Fran. Running out of leads to chase. This brat better have good news.
Are you really going to take this to court?
That's my plan. The circumstances may be irregular, but I'm still defending a client from a criminal charge. It's my responsibility to argue that he's not guilty of whatever he's been accused of.
And is that what you believe? That he didn't commit suicide?
Guess I haven't decided what I believe. 4:21 p.m. July 1st, 2086. In transit. Would you kindly slow the hell down?
Would you kindly?
I'm sorry, Adam. Was I walking too quickly for you?
I wasn't walking.
How fast do you think
That
Sarah
was
could
speed
run?
walking. Didn't she say when she like introduced herself? It's like
60
very.
kilometers per hour.
There you go. Up 2 flights of stairs. It's very different.
Speed walking? Sounds like a powerful technique. Is it like Shenzhou?
Just let me catch my breath for a minute.
Adonai? Is it possible that you are out of
Oh, damn.
I'm calling her fat.
No.
shape? But since we left the cab, your heart rate has...
Bestie?
I'm not wearing the right clothes. Or the right shoes.
Is that so?
Yes. Also, I didn't stretch or hydrate. And the sun's reaching its zenith.
That would have been several hours ago. Do you mean the air temp?
You said it would be a short walk from street level, so I prepared myself mentally for a short walk. Then you took off like a rocket, and you didn't mention we'd have to go upstairs. Are you sure this place is even back here?
The reviews online were quite clear. It's worth the trouble finding it.
Maybe if you're a mountain climber. When I sent Fran hunting for a musician in David's circles, I expected them to bring me some information from the city orchestra or a jazz club. The champagne flute and teacup kind of musician. but this is the tequila and neon part of town.
It should be in view if we turn. Adonai, be careful.
What?
It's a stray, and it's bearing its fangs, too. It could be carrying diseases. You should.
Relax.
Adonai, it's growling.
It's not growling at me. See?
So it's just me that it doesn't like.
Too much static.
How'd you get it to calm down?
It's an animal, not a monster. It wants to be calm.
Do you like animals?
What kind of cold-blooded freak doesn't like animals?
Do you have a pet?
Nope, never have.
Why not?
Because I don't want to take care of a pet.
That seems counterintuitive to me.
Well, it makes perfect sense to me, and I don't need it to make sense to you.
But...
You notice you're only this talkative when it's just the two of us? Just an observation. You shy or something? Did David program you to have android anxiety?
It's generally only appropriate to respond to comments that are addressed to oneself. Today I have rarely been addressed directly by people other than you.
In other words, you're shy.
That's not what I... Can I try petting it?
There's no law against it. 4:26 p.m. July 1st, 2086. Ultraviolets.
This is the establishment.
Now to see if Isaac Porter is as habitual as Fran claims.
Do you think Father was close with this man? This man who you've never met?
I think he was close with him, yeah. At some point. I had some help making that deduction. Fran saw that their metadata showed a significant cooling of interaction between the two of them, particularly over the past month. But Fran also saw a phone call between the two last night.
So they were close. Do you think they were sleeping together?
Whoa!
That is completely inappropriate for me or anyone to speculate about.
Glances at the camera.
Inappropriate.
This is the mailroom he was talking about.
Getting a very important text message from my private investigator, excuse me.
Oh, I'm in this one still. Okay. Did you catch the killer yet?
No.
What the fuck? I sent you his position.
I'm at his position. I haven't spoken to Porter yet. Anyway, there's no reason to suspect him right now.
Lame.
Surprised you're invested all of a sudden. Isn't David Asher a corporate sellout in your eyes?
Everyone's a corporate sellout. But Asher gets respect. If I'm a demolitions expert, he's like a really good architect.
That's almost sweet, I think.
Asher started working out in Cube. So in the architect analogy, by today's standards, he's late. Fucking. As a kid, he built all his bricks by hand? Or something?
You know that lit homework can help you with forming analogies?
Eat this analogy. Fuck. Did that come through or did the characters break? It's supposed to be a guy giving you the finger.
I take it Cube is a programming language? What's special about it?
Pretty much anything coded in the last 20 years is web-based.
I think it's web cringe.
You code with the assumption that you'll always be connected. So you can depend on having fat libraries of references to lean on. And if something does go wrong, your errors get reported to you automatically.
The not cube?
You can look it up. But basically, Q was originally for robotics and, like, machinery. Stuff that had to operate in mines and crafts under the ocean. Middle of nowhere fields with zero signal service. So Q had to be self-sufficient.
How rugged?
Right Astro Learn Cube, anyway.
Minecraft.
It's older than dirt. From
Never
like
learned
the
how to cube.
40s.
I don't know. I think his father had a machine shop or something.
Vague.
Yeah, well, David didn't like to talk about his family. And I never asked.
What did your private investigator have to say, Adonai?
Not telling.
Couldn't Sarah just hack her phone?
That would be mean, though. The stage for the tower,
You're right.
pretty close to the floor. Guess it fits with the whole round table aspect of this place. Everyone's on more or less equal footing, dancing in the dark once you get past the bouncer.
Do you think they might have met here?
David and Porter? I can't see David walking in here.
Because you found the walk so challenging.
Because it's too loud to relax. And not dark enough to be anonymous.
I see.
What's that face? You got an opinion to share?
The atmosphere's not bad in here, but the music isn't quite.
I'll find you a survey to fill out before we leave. What kind of music does an android even like?
Early 21st century punk rock.
Yeah.
Is that just you, or does that go for all androids?
I haven't met all
What do you think Sarah
androids. I
listens
can't
to?
speak for them.
Because I'm a punk rocker, yes I am.
Wonder what they'd say.
If they're smart, they'd say music peaked with early 21st century punk rock.
Debate settled.
Hell yeah.
Do you think Sarah's listened to Green Day?
Absolutely. That's why she's so green, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her green.
It's her day.
That one
It's
over
so
there,
very-
he matches the photo Fran sent. Should I approach now or look around some more? No. I love looking around.
The looking around character.
A bar stocked full of
Look
colorful
around her.
selections and busy bartenders. Hope this isn't the kind of club you can order food in. Only time bar food is any good is when you're drunk enough to forget the taste and the gap between chewing and swallowing. So you can, like, eat things?
Yes, I can.
What? Like, android food?
There is no such product.
So what do androids eat?
Online user guides for mobile's models clarify that they don't eat anything in the traditional sense. They get their energy from electrical charging, usually wireless. Whenever they need to eat, it's to replenish specific vitamins and electrolytes.
Sounds a lot like what mod users go through with their sports drinks and energy bars. And charger separation anxiety.
According to the net, warm androids can ingest nutrient-rich processed carbohydrate pellets if they need to forego electrical charging long-term.
Processed pellets? You mean like kibble? Like dog food?
No, it's not like dog food at all.
Can you
It's
buy it
android
from the
food.
pet store?
It seems that you can.
How is this something you have to look up anyway?
Because I've always eaten whatever father gave me.
Like what?
Marbled beef. Never hypoponic avocados. Blah blah. That's
Damn.
I am not paying for any of that.
She gets to eat instant noodles from now on.
Hell yeah.
I'm surprised she hadn't already gotten used to it.
I'm making mac and cheese.
What kind of reading material gets left out in a club? A tabloid interview?
And nobody can stop me.
Don't care, didn't ask. Well, however old she is or isn't, Luxury's got one hell of a mind for business. It might do her more good than that face in the end. Maybe. It's one hell of a face. In the meantime, she's... Sunrises are too meteoric for even the Megs to grab the reins on. At this point, Luxury's got them at her mercy. She can send their stocks into disarray with one selfie. Good for her. Okay, yeah. That's him, alright. Looks like he's killing time before his sets tonight.
Are you unsure how to proceed, Adonai?
I'm sure that you need to hang back. As for me, I'll... Ooh... I could be gay or straight.
You playing it gay? You're playing
cool
it
because
straight.
she's anything but straight. Ayo! Ayo!
Unfortunately, we're playing it straight today.
Unfortunate.
Isaac Porter?
You disappoint me.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have a voice yet, huh? Who wants to be this?
Oh,
George
yeah.
hasn't spoken in a while.
Alright. What's up?
My name's Morgan. I was David's friend. Right now I'm his lawyer. Can we talk?
Depends. Were you a friend from work?
No.
Over here. Oh no.
Thanks, Isaac.
Yo, what up? I'm Isaac. Born September 18th, 183 centimeters. I weigh 86 kilograms. Blood type, it's a B+. I'm a musician, or a bassist. I like itineraries, grilling, and champagne.
Who the fuck likes itineraries?
Isaac
this guy,
Porter?
I guess. Isaac Porter.
Yeah, there you go.
Some freak.
Don't like resistance training, producers, and ads. I'm the best at gift giving, I swear. I'm the worst at folding laundry.
My fidget tubbie's stuck.
It's stuck. Oh no.
Just fidget with it a little more.
My favorite quote. I don't do requests.
Damn. It
I
hates
have a
me.
request.
What's up?
Loose the
Use
short.
the shorts.
I don't know why I didn't see that coming.
Don't think me yet. I might just sit here, shut my mouth, and stick you with my tab. So, what kind of lawyer are you? What kind of friend?
I'm his defense attorney.
Think you missed the bus on that then, yeah?
And I'm a friend that needs to know what happened yesterday.
Doesn't everyone? Try somewhere else, friendly lawyer. I haven't seen him in weeks.
You might not have seen him, but we both know that you spoke with him over the phone yesterday. Only a short time before he died.
How the hell?
Isaac, it's pretty obvious that you don't want this particular spotlight to linger on you any longer than necessary. So why don't we cut to the chase? No lies, no playing coy.
Fine.
Sarah?
Yes, Adonai.
The hell? Is that thing transmitting?
I am not streaming any data, no.
Bird doesn't seem to recognize Sarah either. One more person David was keeping secrets from. I need to record everything for the court.
Fine.
You two are together, is that correct?
We were together. I ended it. Yesterday.
Care to elaborate?
On our entire relationship?
Look, you can tell me
Sarah,
everything
they were sleeping
once.
together.
You can tell me everything once and I can get it on the record. Or you can hear the same questions over and over again from 1,000 different cops and Megs for the next 3 months.
We met in a bar. I'd seen him come in a few times, each time with someone else. Each time talking with his mouth, but not looking with his eyes. Ticked me off. scribbling on napkins and letting his single gin and tonic sweat onto the table for 2 hours. His dates would all go to the bathroom or take a call and slip out the back. One of them didn't even make it 10 minutes. And he'd still sit there the rest of the night, unfazed. Couldn't tell if he was oblivious or stupid or shameless or the most confident man in the world. He ticked me off. One night, things were slow and my set had been canceled, and his date hadn't even bothered to think of an excuse before bailing, so I asked him why he insisted on coming there, night after night. Just to ignore vapid people he wasn't interested in at a shitty bar with drinks he didn't like. And he just said, "Because I like your music." Man, did that tick me off. It was cute early on. Him being so passionate about work I could barely pretend to understand. And I liked that we gave each other space, you know? Felt like we were being mature or whatever.
Until?
There was no until. No one day where everything turned sour. But at some point, I started to understand where his priorities were. And how I ranked in them. Like I said, he was passionate about his work. I just wrongly assumed that he would also be that passionate about me. At some point. So I pulled away a little. Wanted to see if he'd notice. If he'd miss me. Testing him. Like that isn't the biggest red flag in the world. He never budged. I could ignore him for days and he wouldn't be the least bit ashamed to see me. If I picked a fight, he'd never get angry or upset. He'd just apologize. He didn't want to fight with me. Guess he was never invested enough to bother. It was my mistake. I watched him sit there all those nights, not giving a shit when people walked away, and still I had this stupid idea that somehow, for whatever reason, I'd be different. That I would be special. But I wasn't, so I ended it.
Last night?
I called him. Didn't expect he'd pick up. I had everything prepared to leave a message with an assistant or ad or whatever. But he answered. First ring. Without hesitation, shame, or awkwardness. And that ticked me off. So I told him exactly how valued he had made me feel the past few months. I told him exactly how insignificant I felt as the boyfriend of the illustrious Dr. David Asher.
And what did he say?
He apologized. And then he asked me if that was all I called to tell him.
No.
Yeah.
I
hung up after that.
It is my destiny to bark in every
Ace a
Fandub.
comeback. Let's go.
Yeah. When's that happening in Ace Attorney?
You'll see. He probably already has, honestly.
Spent the rest of the night wrapped in warm disdain for him and his coldness. He had made that easy for me. I went to sleep hurt, but clean. Ready for something new. And then this morning I wake up to see that my ex killed himself not 2 hours after he let me walk out of his life without so much as a don't. What the hell, man? What the hell, David? And now like you're just the tip of an iceberg of lawyers and reporters and buzzards. Parasites who want to hear about the man who sent David Asher over the edge. I never wanted to be his last lifeline or the straw that broke his back. I just wanted to be his goddamn boyfriend. Turns out that was asking for too much.
It's yet to be determined whether David committed suicide.
You serious?
You don't have all the facts.
Are you sure?
I should have done that in the
That's
previous
good.
voice box.
Good timing.
Do you do? Any one of them point to anything else? Thought so.
Thanks for your time. I'll let you get back to it.
That's it? No summons?
The court has no need for you to retell a sad story like that.
The court, huh?
Sorry to bother you at work. Sarah, let's go.
Our discography is very impressive,
Yeah. Thanks.
and your range is remarkable. So it pained me to see that all your works in the last quarter have been so melancholy. I think
Well, what the hell would you know about any of that? What's the matter? Can't find the words? Need to steal them from somewhere first, butcher them before shitting them back out?
I was not trained on any data sets that...
Nah, pardon me. My mistake, really. Not your fault you're only standing here because rich prick nerds were allowed to rob the world blind for most of the century.
Sarah, we're leaving. The hell was that about?
He was under the false impression that I was programmed using massive automated learning model. An early 21st century.
Not that. Why'd you talk to him?
I wanted to. I just felt like that I should say something to him.
A word of advice. People don't want comfort from strangers, especially when they're androids. They want it from the people they want it from. Coming from anywhere else, it's just corn syrup on a parched tongue. Doesn't matter how sweet it is, they'll just start gagging.
You know a lot about people, don't you, Adonai?
Compared to you, I'm a goddamn savant. Come on, there's not much time left.
Is there still somewhere you want to investigate?
Somewhere I need to return to, actually. Porter was right. As things stand, I don't have any evidence that could establish an alternative interpretation of the facts. But if there did exist hard evidence that could prove his death wasn't a suicide, there's only one place I could find it at this point.
Mena?
5:16 p.m. July 1st, 2086. Noble Employee Housing Building, Platia. Penthouse basement.
Curiosity, how much longer are you planning on going?
We'll probably stop after this scene, I think. That'll put us right before the trial, which I feel like is a good place to stop.
Alright, I'll be right back. Keep going if I don't have any lines.
Alrighty.
The basement. You sure you don't want another look at the crime scene?
I'm all out of time. Gotta approach this from the other angle.
The other angle.
You know, inductive versus deductive, flip the chessboard and all that. Haven't you ever read a mystery novel?
I've seen mystery films.
Well, let's see if you paid any attention then. What killed David Asher?
Poison.
10 points.
There's a point system.
Now, how did that poison get into his bloodstream?
He must have ingested it orally.
And how do we know that?
The medical examiner found no injection marks or wounds.
And if he had inhaled it?
Inhaled it? What?
Leave the lies to someone who actually understands them.
I won't be able to understand anything if I don't practice.
Practice by answering my question.
I suppose it's possible. But highly unlikely. We would have found a delivery system for it in the building, like an inhaler.
Right. An airborne poison is either shoved in your face or sprayed over a wide area. And no one around David has shown any kind of symptoms. So all we're left is oral intake.
Eliminating the impossible. What's next, Adonai?
Chung's corroborated statement was that David didn't exhibit any irregular symptoms or behavior until he started drinking that night. And the police didn't find anything unusual in any of the food or drink in his home.
Except for his cup, the results were inconclusive.
Chung was drinking from the same bottle and the same type of cup, but didn't get sick. We have to conclude then that David's cup alone was poisoned.
That all seems logical. And consistent with the police's theory of suicide. So why are we down here?
Minus 10 points.
Back to 0.
David left the parlor and came back with whiskey and 2 cups. Chung told us as much, and apparently the cameras upstairs support her story.
So we have to conclude then that he got them both from this bar.
Better. 5 points. Did he also get the poison from the cabinet?
The police have been here since we left. According to their ARCS file, they didn't find anything that matches the poison down here.
So the poison somehow went straight into his drinking cup then. I need to flip this around again.
But if you turn something 360 degrees, you're just back to...
If I were the prosecution, what would I want more than anything? Proof that David knowingly added the poison himself.
He wouldn't do that.
And you can make that claim because there's no video evidence to contradict you. How long was David off camera?
From 7:36 p.m. to 7:40 p.m. when he left the parlor to get liquor from the bar.
So if we had David on camera for those 4 minutes, and he didn't poison himself in that time?
He would have the perfect alibi for the crime.
Proving his innocence.
But Adonai, we don't have footage of that. There are no security cameras down here.
I think there are.
What do you mean?
This whole building is coated head to toe in penumbra security systems, courtesy of Noble. Every console, every corner, every android, and every floor. It's all plugged into penumbra. Except that.
That panel is...
manufactured by Cotter Security Systems. Why would David put a console for a different security system in exactly one corner of his penthouse?
I've never given it much thought.
Well, it's been bothering me all day. But my curiosity alone can't scale a 64-digit wall.
You mean...
signal hijacking, or whatever you want to call it. Have you tried it before?
It is illegal and unnecessary. Father would not... He would not have installed hidden cameras in his own home.
At the end of the day, I can't make you do anything. Well, actually, I probably can now that you're registered to me. But aren't you the one who wanted to prove his innocence?
Eliminate the impossible. I will need your express verbal command.
Not like David can press charges against us at this point. Do it. Did you really need me to say that?
For the purposes of record keeping, yes.
If you...
I've gotten past the 64-digit code, and I have found cameras. There are a number of them embedded in this room's walls and ceiling. As you theorize, they are on a separate network from the rest of the building.
Where are they feeding to, if not the penumbra system?
Behind my hibernation unit.
False wall in the back of a safe.
I don't understand. Why would Father possibly have hidden have a hidden system of cameras inside his own home.
Beats me. He was brilliant and more than a little odd. Throw in a little money and odd becomes eccentric.
I see, I think.
I don't. The hell was he thinking? What was he afraid of? Why didn't he come to me for... Time's short. Gather facts now and leave the computation for later.
The tile is still broken. Yeah.
What's the story with this anyway? Some kind of fault in the foundation?
I don't know. I've never noticed that crack before.
Might want to get those eyes checked.
There's nothing wrong with my vision. This crack just must have been created during my most recent hibernation.
How? Did David drop a weight a bunch of times over and over in the same spot? What did David even do with all this equipment? Dry his laundry?
What makes you think he wasn't exercising?
Did you ever see him use any of this crap?
No, but he must have used the weights when I wasn't looking. Since he promised me that he'd take better care of his health.
No.
Sarah, these weights are all maxed out. David couldn't have put up numbers like this even if he was piloting a frame.
Don't be so sure, Adonai.
Pardon?
The following is a true story based on primary sources who were present for the beginning, for the event and its aftermath. Copenhagen, 1981, 8:10 a.m. local time. A towering man with the musculature of a world-class professional rugby player enters Global Danke Bank on
Fredericksburg
Lane. He explains to the bank teller that he has a bomb in his suitcase and that he wants his gym bag filled with unmarked bills. A security guard approaches him from behind with a nightstick and swings, but the man simply catches the weapon and bends it into a twisted knot with his massive dinner plate-sized hands. When asked to describe the suspect to the police afterwards, the teller had only this to say: "That man was all muscle." The rest of the bank heist proceeds without incident, and the man exits the building just as police arrive on the scene when suddenly, his suitcase explodes. But it's just a smokescreen. Local officers quickly recognize the ploy and rush towards the door, grabbing each of the hostages as they flee while desperately searching for the perpetrator. What they find instead is a diminutive, frail, sheepish young man, barely 160 centimeters tall, holding a gym bag full of money with no recollection of how he got there. Renowned psychologist and trained hypnotist Dr. Werner Kurtzer wrote the following in his diagnosis: acute dissociative identity disorder. That's right, the man had a split personality. And so great was the disparity between his two halves that when they switched control, he physically changed, becoming taller, bulkier, and capable of previously unthinkable feats of strength. So be careful what you say to a man like Father. So be careful what you say a man like Father can't do just because of how he looks on the outside.
JoJo Part 5 reference?
Sarah, every single word you just said was false.
Hmm?
Don't believe everything you read on the net.
Hmm.
I can't tell if those were intentional or not. Like, they seem like such explicit references.
It has to be a reference to something, I just don't fucking know.
The liquor cabinet
like
with
it's
mystery
that
hinges
exact
on.
that exact same story is used to explain a split personality in JoJo Part 5, and the whole holding the cigarette backwards is like a call out of character trying to not be emotional, being called out for actually being emotional.
Yeah, it has to be.
If they're not like intentional, they're definitely inspired.
Last episode we did this. There was the one-to-one Death Note scene.
Yeah.
True.
The police have been through it all by now, and they didn't find foreign contents in any of the spirits. No poison to be found here. Well, not that kind of poison anyway. In which case, can I make you anything?
Well, if you're offering, I will have...
Sorry, you're way underage, aren't you? 2 years old or whatever?
Technically.
Morgan, you're a murderer. You do not listen to legal drinking age.
cheer up. Maybe you'll
Yeah,
find a
but she's not
mocktail
gonna
if you
tell
climb up
anyone
to the
she's a
top of the
murderer.
ladder.
This is a rolling ladder. A kind of step ladder, not a ladder.
What?
Remember, a ladder extends, but a step ladder folds out.
And?
It's important to know the distinction.
I bet my life savings that this subject will never come up again, ever.
Watch it come up in court.
And then she has to give Sarah her life savings.
Yeah, all 58 chips.
No.
That's the only form of currency Morgan carries.
So is that the original? Like Star Wars?
It was appraised and confirmed to be genuine.
At least he didn't get ripped off. I'm a Philistine when it comes to this kind of stuff. What does an android say?
You see, a meeting. Or perhaps an encounter. Two apex forces of nature. Two kings of the forest, the stag and the tiger. I think.
Great. I'm officially less cultured than the robot. Alright, let's refocus here. Is there some kind of hidden door behind your bunk bed, huh?
Essentially. Though a bunk bed would imply a second or third.
How do we open it?
One moment. I see.
Got it open already?
I cannot open this door.
Why?
It is a Typha's basic structure.
That anti-hack feature in the name is real?
It's a closed system, Adonai.
The hell am I supposed to do now?
Strange. There was an if-then toggle enabled in the security parameters.
I don't follow.
When Father last suggested the settings here, he made it so the door would never open so long as I was hibernating.
And he made it so that I was the only one who could wake her up. Meaning this is a door that only I can open?
It'll be a 6-character password, some combination of numbers or letters. Did you and Father have any influential moments in your life that revolved around a 6-letter word?
Penis.
That is 5 letters.
Nothing comes to
it's,
mind, man.
Penis eye?
Is there a code
Penis
word
with
that
two
he
S's.
knew only I could learn? Isn't it just...
I know what it is,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to
Is it
say.
just Morgan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Morgan.
I
There
was
you go.
double checking my thing just to be sure. It's 6 characters, isn't it?
Yes, but it's not exactly secure, Adonai. Anyone who knew you and Father were close could have tried guessing it. Was there some word that only the two of you knew? A nickname.
Pretty much everyone just calls me Morgan, but not everyone. Oh, that's right, it's not Morgan. Me double checking my notes on being wrong.
It's opening. That's the password, Adonai.
You'd never guess.
Okay.
Did feel a bit out of character, David utilizing so much cloak and dagger tech. I've definitely been struggling with the idea of him doing home improvement. But one step in here and it all makes sense. It's a panic room.
Scary.
Panic room is a place for rich people to hide in when people start bouncing bricks off their windows. Typically not even on the blueprints.
So when Noble built this penthouse for one of their executives,
Someone slipped this into the mix and it's remained in Noble's blind spot ever since. All that David had to do was repurpose it. Make sure you're capturing all of this. I don't want to miss my one chance because of a discovery technicality.
I understand, but you needn't specify. My memory is flawless. I can play back visual sound sensations. I can even give detailed reports on air particulates.
You mean you can smell?
Better than any human, and some canines.
Farts. So does it smell stale in here to you?
Fucked up.
Stale.
Not after those parts.
It doesn't to me. Almost like someone's been in here recently. Almost like someone visits here frequently. Alright, let's try booting up the computer.
Sarah's
You don't
not
think the
having a good
console is
time right
password
now.
protected?
2 physical doors, a 64-digit code, a half-ton android, and a secret phrase. If David set a password on his PC after all that, I'm going back to the morgue to have a word with him. Good, it's already signed in.
You were looking for camera footage.
It also settled for a note plainly stating that he feared for his life. What am I doing? Here, you search for video files. They'll probably be timestamped and formatted for short-range devices.
I have the subfolder. And the DOM folder.
Damn!
The camera stream live data constantly.
Pretty sure the DOM folder's from the mailroom.
But the files are clipped at fairly regular
Boring.
intervals.
Give me the dumb folder from
Once
the-
every week, it seems. The most recent video file here has footage going back 8 days. It was accessed yesterday around 4 p.m.
You were asleep then, so the only person who could get in here at the time is David himself. Alright, let's see it then.
Of course, it's just that I am having difficulty.
Try double-clicking?
I have been trying to open the files from the moment I discovered them, Adonai. But they are encrypted.
Damn it, David. You leave me enough clues to get this far, but you won't let me use your computer? What's the brand on the encryption program? If I rush a subpoena, they might have a back door I could bluff them into.
These files were not encrypted with any commercially available tool. This appears to be Father's own work.
Shit. If David Asher handwrote the encryption on these files, there's no one alive who could... Hey, was Dawes just flattering you back there? Or is your processing power really that special?
Adonai,
Can you break his encryption, yes or no?
with enough time,
And how much time would that be?
I would estimate it at 2 to 6 hours.
That's a 4-hour window.
No matter how sophisticated, encryption is still just a code that must be deciphered. And when deciphering any code, progress proceeds exponentially, which makes it particularly difficult to determine the amount of time required to complete this process.
2 to 6 hours. I don't have any better options. Get started.
I started 4 minutes and 23 seconds ago.
Yeah!
Finally showing some initiative. But you've been talking to me this whole time.
I have the ability to analyze data in parallel by utilizing subconscious processing, so long as the work required is rote.
So you're doing it in the back of your head?
Actually, I'm speaking to you in the back of my head.
Priorities.
I could give the decryption process my full undivided attention, but I would become non-responsive.
Hey, that's a pretty nifty feature. I'll have to keep that in mind. Alright, can you take this show on the road, or do we have to rip this computer out of the wall and find a battery?
I have copied the encrypted files and work on them as we travel. We can leave whenever you're ready.
Still can't believe David let me get this far just to shut the door in my face at the last second. But he did let me get this far. And the computer's not the only thing in here. Cabinets are a lot less eye-catching than his computer, but knowing David, that's all the more reason to check. Lots of paperwork. Bonds and holdings, a platinum bar, his birth certificate. Might be nearly as valuable. Can't imagine what people would pay to steal David Asher's identity. And down here at the bottom, a binder. Noble's logo on the front, and in the middle, enough pages to dwarf one of those phone books you see in period pieces. They're masking it in legalese, even on the table of contents, but basically, this is an employment contract. Hold on to this for me.
It must be very important if you're giving it to me.
Certainly very heavy.
Was there anything else in there?
expecting an updated copy of his will to show up?
An
It's a
updated
possibility,
autopsy
Anna.
report.
Updated autopsy.
Maybe in a corny old murder mystery.
A widely beloved and respected genre with over 2 centuries of
There is something else. Your papers.
that Evangeline Morgan be given immediate and complete ownership of the android designated Sarah.
It stated to a few weeks back. Had he already made up his mind about all of this? If he did, why'd he hide this where no one else could find it? Was I just a backup plan? Well, at least we've got something a bit more concrete than Starling's word now.
Her word should be plenty, shouldn't it?
Not if people realize how precious you are. As a collector's item. We've yet to meet one person who knows what the hell you are, but Noble could have easily argued that you fall under private technology or physical holdings. Unless I had something like this.
It's good that you do then. I'm glad that father wanted me to go with a friend of his.
Yeah. This'll get me a huge tax write-off when I donate you to a for-profit college.
Could at least pick a charitable institution.
It's just an old saying. All colleges have been for-profit since the 60s.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
You can cheer up in the car. Hail us a ride to the courthouse. Priority.
There is an upcharge this hour for priority transportation.
That's irritating. But I'd like to have more than just a few minutes to prepare once we get there.
The upcharge is a multiplier of 5.7.
A Markiplier?
Hey, using the platinum bar.
Oh, right.
I'll prepare on the way over.
Very good, Adonai.
Alright, this is probably our best spot to call it.
Alrighty.
Which means, again, we don't get to hear Typha's awesome voice.
Ugh,
Unfortunately.
so sad.
But next time it's the Typha and Shiga show, so
Yippee!
Yippee.
Oh wait, shoot.
Yippee.
Am I gonna have to interview the character whose name I'm already forgetting, the one with the blue hair?
yeah, probably.
As the judge. Oh
Likely.
no.
Have fun.
That's gonna be fun to manage.
Alrighty. How did
That was
everyone
fun.
enjoy
A
this
lot of-
session so far?
There's a lot of fun.
Interesting.
Very it's an interesting puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the case is definitely going to be, the trial is going to be very interesting. There's some things people have said that I've intentionally not commented on because some people are right about some things, some people are wrong. But yeah. It'll be exciting.
Hell yeah.
It'll be silly.
I bet
I was right
Unknown
about
is right
the-
about all the things.
Yeah, of course.
Hell yeah. I was right about the person who was the other witness being a higher up in the company, so hell
True.
yeah.
You were indeed.
I don't recall making any speculations.
It's okay. You're silly, and that's what matters. You're
Yeah,
not
I
very
always
fond of
be
Wild
speculating.
speculations.
I
Were
was
we
just
right
about to
about
say
the
something about
mailroom
that.
part?
Well, you've also been more nasally than my regular London voice.
This is so true. Guys, sorry, I had a cold today.
Damn.
It's all
That's fine. Smooches you on the forehead.
sorry to force a character on you.
No, it's fine. I could have put my foot down.
Fair enough. I just thought because you hadn't had any lines up until that point and forgot you were sick that you'd want it.
No, it's fair.
Alrighty, we'll call the stream here. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you guys had fun. We'll see you guys next time in 10 minutes when we do the next stream of this. Okay, bye.